It's 5 years of gig-speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
For 250 years, brave Americans have answered the call to defend our freedoms. Wounded Warrior Project honors this legacy of service and sacrifice with life-changing support for post-9/11 veterans, service members, and their families. We help warriors access VA benefits, improve their mental and physical health, and provide them with career assistance so they can thrive for a lifetime. Join us in honoring warriors at woundedwarriorproject.org/America.
Time's running out. Mattress Firm's President's Day sale ends soon. Let their sleep experts help find the perfect bed for you. They make sleep easy.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Nonverbal communication.
Mike. What day is it, Mike? Hump day?
Unbreakable bonds.
Look at us three. The three musketeers.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius, and genius.
And personal hygiene.
Holy Moses. You guys excited about showering?
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Come on. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to it. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. As we roll downhill through this week. And, well, what are we going to talk about today? Good morning, Brandon Stokley.
Good morning. Good to have you back, Mike.
Quick one day off, took care of some things.
I don't know what happened yesterday. I heard some people were supposed to talk or something.
Yes. And not only did Sean talk, but he talked about what we've all been wondering. And he confirmed that he is going to give up the play calling to Davis Webb. Are you surprised? Throughout all this,
Inconceivable.
didn't think it would happen. Now that it is happening, what's your reaction?
No, I didn't think he would tell us, first of all, and I didn't think he would give up play calling. So how about that? That's a big bagel for me. 0 for 2. He told us, and he's given up play calling. So, I was very surprised by that. And he was, I heard some of it listening to Zach in the afternoon. It seemed like he was just open about it and just like, hey, this is what's going to happen. I think this is what's best for the team. And so, but I was very surprised. How about you?
The more that you kind of follow the breadcrumbs on this and you listen to some of the things that Sean said during the season, I think that this move was done. Look, I don't think Sean thinks he's lost it as a play caller. I don't think this is about play calling as much as it is making Bo happy. This is a monster season for Bo. A year from now, you got to decide whether or not to give him a $300 million contract. And I think this is more about compatibility. I think this is more about relatability. I think this is more about comfort. I think this is more about trust. I think this is more about age. I think this is more about Sean realizing that right now in Bo's development, Davis Webb is a better fit for Bo to work with every single day and on game days than it is for Sean.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is about Bo.
Of course it's about Bo. It's always going to be about, if you're talking about the play calling, of course everything surrounds Bo. Everything.
I don't know. I think this is just Sean just saying.
So you think Sean Payton believes that Davis Webb is a better play caller than he is for a guy that's never done it before?
I think Sean thinks that Davis Webb has a lot of potential. He likes giving young guys opportunities. And when it comes to different things on his staff, now you're seeing it as an offensive coordinator. And I think he sees something in Davis Webb. I don't know. I think he sees maybe a young Sean Payton and Davis Webb. He didn't want to lose him, obviously. So, and I think he realized that, you know what? I've lost my fastball. I've lost my fastball a little bit. The plays are getting in slower. I have to put on my play sheet, run the ball. It's hard to see the play sheet. I got these glasses on now, and the order of operation isn't as fast as I want it to be. And you know what? I'm the head coach of this team, and there's other things that I'm not doing well because I am stuck in my play sheet. So I think it's because of that, not because of just Bo. But I understand. I didn't even think about that. So, but now that's an interesting take.
Well, because think about it. If this goes the way we expect and hope, if Davis Webb is everything he is cracked up to be, and if Bo is what we believe he's to be, and we also understand that there'll be some upgrades on the offense, plus the guys you have coming back, younger guys with another year of experience, I mean, this ought to be another really good team, another really good season next year. And if Davis Webb was in demand this offseason, he's going to be even in more demand. So there's a very strong chance that a year from now, you're replacing Davis Webb.
Yeah, so what does that mean?
So what that means is that
now you got to find a new play caller.
That's
not ideal.
If that's your belief that Sean is acknowledging that he's lost his fastball, then yeah, you're right back in this a year from now.
Right. I mean, it would have been, it would have been better just to make him the quote unquote offensive coordinator. You keep calling the plays, and he would be less likely to leave for a head coaching job the following year. So I don't know. I was surprised. Like I said, I didn't think Sean was going to give up play calling. I mean, come on. I mean, that's Sean Payton. That's what he does, right? That's what he's done for how long? I mean, his whole career pretty much. He has called plays. I mean, he was an offensive coordinator forever, head coach. He was calling plays, and now he's just giving it up. I don't know. That was a surprise to me. I didn't see that coming.
So are you excited about the potential of Webb, or are you worried about the risk of going with the first time?
No, I'm very excited. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, it's something new, how has our offense been the last few years? I don't think it's been great. It needs to get better. Right? I mean, there's things that need to get better, that need to improve, and so no, I'm pumped up for it. I'm fired up. Let's see what this new guy has, right? Now he might stink. He might be great, but it's something new, it's something different, it's something fresh. And
so you really put that much responsibility for what this offense is going to be, or any good offense in the NFL. You put it that much on the play caller, and not the personnel, not the quarterback.
Oh no, I mean, you got to go out there and execute what's called. But certainly, I mean, look around the league. The good play callers, their teams are really good for a reason. Now, you also have
they got really good quarterbacks.
Well, no, you also have to go out there and execute, but you still need someone dialing up the plays at the right time. So, look, it's a partnership. You got to have players to go out there and execute, certainly. But the play caller, it's important what he's calling and when he's putting you in certain situation, and how much he's running to passing it, what personnel group he's getting into. It's going to be interesting to see what Davis Webb, how he views calling an offense. That's what I'm interested in. Sean Payton, we know how he likes to call things and do things. He's rotating guys. You see 3 wides. Next play is 2 tight ends. Then you got 2 backs. And so it's going to be interesting to see Davis Webb's philosophy and how he views calling and running an offense.
All right. We will get your reaction to it. RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. How you feeling about the move to Davis Webb as the play caller? What does it mean for Bo? What does it mean for this offense?
Did you have a good day off yesterday? You look refreshed and re-energized. Did you get yourself a pedicure, a massage?
It wasn't a day off.
No?
I'll just leave it at that, okay?
Okay.
You know.
All right. Well, because you look like you're refreshed.
Really?
Yeah.
I always look this. I'm always ready to go in the morning with you.
No, not
I'm always
really.
excited to see you in the morning.
No, I know, but today you look a little bit more energized. That's good.
I'm just fired up because we have the Savior. The Savior is now in charge.
The Savior. Who?
David, Sean Payton is out of the way.
Right.
And now Davis Webb. We've got our next Sean McVay. Our new Sean McVay is here.
Wow.
And this is going to be a top 5 scoring offense next year. I can't wait.
You're not close.
I can't wait.
We got rid of the old crusty guy.
I mean, it's just
stuck in the 90s.
Davis Webb is just going to come
The
in.
new
and
innovator.
He's just going to revolutionize the way games are called in the NFL.
Now
And
you
this
got
is an
me fired
offense that's
up.
going to be a top 5 offense. I mean, it should be, right?
You got me fired
I
up.
mean, it should be. If this,
Top
this
five?
offense. Should
You think it should? Really? Do you think this offense should be?
All right,
Let's see what they do.
Listen.
It's not shouldn't be a
if Davis Webb is all that and Sean Payton wasn't that, then this is an offense that needs to, what they average, about 24 points per game this year? They got to be at 28 next year.
28?
Oh, yeah, why not? New England scored 29. New England scored 29 a game with Drake May.
Yeah, Drake May was throwing bombs left and right.
Well, then that's...
And they played a terrible schedule. I don't know if you heard.
Well,
they didn't play anyone.
Well, hey.
We're playing someone this year, Mike.
Oh, so we're already moving the goalposts for Davis Webb.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
I see.
I'll see.
I see how that works.
Yeah, little movement.
All right. Up next, I still believe this had more to do with play calling. Let's take a little deeper look at it. Why Davis Webb makes so much more sense for Bo in year 3. That's next.
Do the title hopes of the Denver Nuggets rest on one singular player?
I think it's pretty simple. They won't because Aaron Gordon isn't healthy. They will because Aaron Gordon is healthy.
I agree with you, 100%.
That's your stopper. That's your guy that is your matchup guy on the defensive end of the court. For me, it comes down to Aaron Gordon.
Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Hey, getting your testosterone levels checked and, if needed, boosted at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. That's a great idea. But now Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic is offering even more, helping men go further with targeted body composition plans. What's this going to do? It's going to boost your energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, accelerate fat loss. These body composition plans, they go by science terms like GH peptides, GLP-1, PDA, and more. I'm not going to be able to tell you what those things are. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic can, because they're the experts when it comes to the science of low T. But what really stands out is their professionalism. So courteous, so understanding that this may be a big step for you. They make you feel comfortable with this big move. Early to mid-30s, we guys start losing 2 to 3% of our testosterone production every year. Symptoms are gradual, but they're there. Loss of energy, poor sleep, feeling sad or depressed, loss of sex drive. Schedule a consult, just $99. Get those T levels checked and treated, and ask about these 4 new body composition plans. There are 5 locations better serve you, including Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, and a new and improved office in Castle Rock. Call 720-440-7900 and at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Now that it's nice outside, I can't wait to spend time at my favorite outdoor oasis right in my own backyard. With my custom built-in grill island, comfy patio furniture, and blazing fire pit from O.W. Lee, I may never want to leave. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio to let you know that we'd love to help you create your very own outdoor oasis in your backyard. Lair's offers the widest variety of top-quality O.W. Lee furniture and fire pits. With a great selection of in-stock items along with our custom ordering process, you can choose the exact style and color that will make your patio sizzle this summer. Lair's also sells the top names in quality barbecue grills and accessories to help you create an outdoor kitchen that will be the envy of your neighborhood. Lair Fireplace and Patio is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in barbecues and outdoor furniture. Family owned and operated since 1954. Go to LairFireplacePatio.com and see why O.W. Lee is the most sought after name in quality outdoor furniture and fire pits. That's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's outdoor room experts.
Visit any of Lair Fireplace and Patio's beautiful showrooms.
What is happening? Stoking for my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years, and they got a great auction that's ending tomorrow. Over 500 items, and all you got to do is go to rollerauction.com to get logged in, to get signed up. It's free, it's easy, it's open to the public. Best part about it is you're going to get some great deals on great items tomorrow. And they got 2 o'clock, 530 items in it. Factory return, home goods, and electronics, and general merchandise auction will be in. It's open for bidding right now. Really cool Gravity 4D massage chair. That thing is awesome. They got gas ranges, ovens, refrigerator with beverage in it. How about one of those Kleps reference Dolby surround systems? Those things are awesome. Dishwashers, washers, dryers, storage sheds, vertical sheds, a little bit of everything in this auction. It is flat out unbelievable. They got furniture. They got a really cool piano, countertop water dispenser. This thing is awesome. Like I said, it's ending tomorrow. 530 items in it. At 2 o'clock tomorrow, it will be ending, open for bidding right now. And this is what I love about Roller Auction. There's always updating and adding new auctions every single week. Go see it all and get yourself a great deal. Only at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Hi, I'm Brad Barnett, president and founder of Mountain High Appliance. Looking for the best deal in town this President's Day? Then stop by our Denver Clearance Center, where you'll find savings of 70% or more on open box, overstock, and discontinued appliances from the industry's best brands, including Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. Hurry in for the best selection, or visit us online and take advantage of these huge President's Day savings. When you think appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
High blood pressure or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-777-1225.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Stream Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Imperfect analogies.
But Mark is not inferring that Bo Nix is a serial killer.
Poor communication.
Normally your phone by this time of the day, you haven't had it on a charger in 3 days. It's somewhere buried in a bag.
And emotional outbursts.
It would have been magical. And I would have gave the bird to Payton and down the sideline, give him the double bird as I'm running by him. Yeah, take this! You missed me!
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Okay, before we go any further, Sean Payton, Davis Webb, the Broncos at the Combine, all that kind of stuff. We need to establish a new rule, guidelines, if you will. Okay? We have our Denver Sports YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Which we do as a courtesy to all of you. It's a different way, another way for you to be able to follow the show. And in this case, you can watch the show. Hi, everybody. I'm waving at you at Denver Sports YouTube channel. But here's what you can't do, okay? When you see us in certain positions, relaxing, sitting down, whatever, you can't take a screenshot and then send it to us like the one that this texter just sent, saying, Stoke, my man, ? It's a picture of you kind of lounging back in your chair.
Right.
You're just kind of leaning back a little bit, and he circled your chin and neck area.
Right.
Implying that
I'm fat.
You're fat.
I've been working. I've been.
It's not a flattering picture, but let's face it. You can find people.
Little tubby kid.
In a lot of, if you take a picture, you can catch people in a lot of positions that
Right.
aren't flattering.
Right. Like if you freeze frame something and I'm leaning back, I mean, Mike, I need uplifting. I need support.
Right. This isn't going to help.
I'm looking for support here. I'm trying to navigate being heavier and trying to get better and trying to lose a few pounds. But fat shaming me, that doesn't help.
Sending pictures.
Play a sad song on the world's smallest violin.
Sending pictures that imply that we don't know where Stoke's chin ends and his neck begins is not going to help Stoke.
I mean,
and then
look at me. Look. I don't have a double chin. There's no double chin right now.
And then sending a picture of your home gym by saying, Stoke, it's yours to use anytime you'd like. I care.
Wow.
Great young man.
So
wow.
Anyway.
I'll be down there today. That's the plan.
Be nice.
That's the plan. I'm gonna get down there
Be
today.
nice.
Get a little steam. I'll be good to go. But I need support.
Yeah, the fat shaming.
Don't fat shame.
Sending in screenshots from Denver Sports YouTube channel. It's not a way to uplift.
No. Now, if you have one of Mike Evans, send that thing in. I want to take a look at it.
That should not be a problem. That should not be a problem. Davis Webb is going to be your new play caller. Hey, you know how I feel about Sean? Sean has done a miracle job here. One of the best turnarounds you'll ever see. If he believes that this is best for the team, then I'm on board with it, of course. I'm just kind of curious what went into it. And I do think that this has as much to do about the relationship between Sean and Bo and some of the challenges that they face as much as it is just simply about play calling. I think what you've seen, we've seen a lot of examples about Sean and Bo not really connecting. We've seen Bo getting frustrated with Sean. We saw Bo's reaction to how Sean handled his injury. Bo clearly connects with Davis Webb. They're closer in age. Webb played quarterback. Bo probably spends more time with Webb than he does Sean. Bo's time with Sean probably includes more criticism. Bo's time with Webb is probably more supportive. Bo's a developing quarterback. Lot goes into that, Stoke, and this is a huge season for Bo. I read this move as much about Sean recognizing that for right now, Bo and Webb is a better fit for Bo than Sean is.
Yeah, well, I mean, he knows
Which makes
him.
a lot of sense.
Yes, he knows him better. I mean, they spend all the time together. In all the individual meetings that they have, when you break up and it's just the quarterbacks, it's Davis Webb and Bo and the other quarterbacks, right? So they have a great relationship, obviously, and they're close. And so if anyone knows Bo, what he likes, what he doesn't like, it will be a guy like Davis Webb. And I think this is, Mike, Sean just saying, you know what? I'm getting a little bit older. And you know what? Maybe I have lost my fastball a little bit. I really do. I've lost my fastball a little bit, and I want to see what this young guy can do. He has a better relationship. He knows this young quarterback better than I do. He has a feel for what he likes and what he doesn't like, and it's just time for me to take a step back. Things are getting more difficult, like anything in life. And I give Sean a lot of credit here, a lot of credit for like realizing this. You know it's not easy. This is what these guys do. Mike, this is what they do. They call plays. This is what he's done his whole career. He calls plays. It's not fun not to call plays. You want me to just be a head coach? Guess what? That's boring. I call plays, man. And then when they score a touchdown, I'm like, yes, that was me dialing that thing up for Bo. And then when you take that away, like you lose your identity to a certain degree. That's how these coaches feel. So to be able to take a step back and realize that what's best for this team, what's best for Bo, is me, giving it up to this young guy that, is in his fourth year coaching, whatever it's going to be. Man, I give Sean a lot of credit because, we're critical of, Sean's got an ego and all these different things, right? We're critical of that stuff. Well, Sean called that because, he dialed it up on Wednesday and Thursday and he had to get that in. Man, I give him a lot of credit for taking a step back and realizing I think this is best for this offense, for Bo, and for this team. And I love that. I think that's a really positive sign. That's a good sign. And I think about, Mike, the field goal. How much did that play a part in this? The field goal. I don't think it was everything. The field goal against
so if he's just the head coach?
The lack of kicking a field goal and going for it against the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, if he's just the head coach, how much did that play a part in him saying that was the final straw? I screwed up. You're thinking about it, obviously,
Sure.
as the season goes on. You know what's going on, right? You're thinking about it. And then in that moment, and then when you reflect after the game and you go home and you're like, son of a gun, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. If I was just the head coach and I wasn't so wrapped up in being the offensive coordinator, I'd have kicked a field goal. And I think that had something to do with it also, just to kind of nudge him in that direction, the way the season ended and the decision there to go for it and not kick the field goal.
Well, in Sean, I trust. And, the fact that this guy did show a lot of humility in doing this, for the Sean haters and critics out there, who have accused him of not having that kind of humility, hopefully they'll come out this morning and admit that, hey, this is good.
Yeah, you got to
this shows me something that he cares about this team and what he thinks is best, and he's prepared to do this.
You got to give him credit.
We'll see if the Rusties do.
Even if the haters, the doubters, I think in this situation, you got to look at it and say, wow, okay, hey, you got to give him credit for taking a step back and removing himself from this situation because, Mike, that wasn't easy. That's not what he wants to do, but he did it. So I give him a lot of credit for that.
All right, coming up next, was this entirely Sean's decision? That's next.
Do the title hopes of the Denver Nuggets rest on one singular player?
I think it's pretty simple. They won't because Aaron Gordon isn't healthy. They will because Aaron Gordon is healthy.
I agree with you, 100%.
That's your stopper. That's your guy that is your matchup guy on the defensive end of the court. For me, it comes down to Aaron Gordon.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, taking on the IRS is not a battle you want to fight alone. Better to have advanced tax solutions right by your side. That's what my guy there, Todd Whalen, has been doing for over 30 years now, passionately defending and working for his clients to get a resolution with the IRS, saving people thousands and thousands of dollars, not to mention relieving them of all that stress and anxiety. If you're facing tax levies, tax debt, back taxes, or any other type of tax problem, and the IRS is sending you aggressive warning letters, the good news is the IRS is open to finding a compromise. The bad news is it's tough to do it on your own. Todd Whalen and Advanced Tax Solutions can navigate you through complex IRS and Colorado tax laws. They can negotiate on your behalf. They not only speak the language the IRS understands, but to put it in sports terms, they know the IRS playbook better than the IRS does. In these tough financial times, you may want to try and avoid the IRS. Actually, this may be the best time to work out a deal. The key is getting Advanced Tax Solutions on your team. Call 303-753-6040 and at advancedtaxsolutions.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, "Don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food." But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
The AutoNation Flash Sale is on for 1 week only. Drive with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. Don't wait. Save on thousands of new cars and trucks. All your favorite makes and models. 0 down plus 0 payments till June. We'll even buy your car and pay you top dollar on the spot. Don't miss this limited time event. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation.
Appraisal subject to verification. 60-month max term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 2/28/26.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
So you dust the mantle on Monday, and it's covered again by Tuesday. It's frustrating, right? But don't just look at the mantle. Do me a favor. Remove one of your vents and take a look inside. You see that buildup? That's where the musty smell of dust is coming from. Your home system is just recirculating that dust over and over again until you finally press that reset button on your home's air quality. Mark Schlereth here. You need to call my friends at Ductworks. Ductworks sets the standard for clean air in Colorado. In fact, they are NADCA certified, which means they're insured and you're receiving quality through knowledge. And they don't just blow the air around. They use specialized scraping system to scrub the walls of your air ducts, removing years of grime. Call them today at 303-425-0985 for a free estimate. Commercial or residential, get a fresh start today. Call 303-425-0985 or visit them at ductworks.com.
303-425-0985.
Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
temper tantrums.
Was that fun, listener? Were those good questions? Did you find yourself going, man, Stokley, Evans, Schlereth, you guys are dumb? Did you have fun today?
Copyright infringement.
He took something that I have told him and tried to make it his own and just did not present very well.
And some flexible scheduling.
When I grow up, I want to have Mark's schedule. No one has a better schedule than Mark Schlereth. He just shows up and works whenever he wants to.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Stay coming up at 7 o'clock. We'll also get into here in the next 15 minutes the Avs making a trade yesterday, what that trade means, and what's next. Because I'm here to tell you, this was more about the move to set up the next move than it was this move alone yesterday. I'll explain all that as we move along. But lot of talk out there, a lot of speculation that Sean Payton giving up the play calling to Davis Webb was not entirely Sean's decision. That he was, well, to put it bluntly, forced into doing this by Greg Penner.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, who? That report's out there?
No, just speculation. I know Zach was talking about it yesterday.
Right.
That Greg Penner heavily influenced this, perhaps maybe even ordered it, or strongly suggested it, that Sean make way for Davis Webb.
Okay. Look, Greg owns the team. He can do what he wants to do, right? I mean, so
his team.
It's his team. So if he wants to tell Sean, excuse me, that, you know what, I want Davis Webb to start calling plays, then that's his right. I mean, now, if you put together the clues ever since Greg started running the team and how he's run the team and handled everything, I would say I would have a hard time believing that. I would. I mean, he, from the outside looking in, seems like a guy that, you know, is very methodical, listens to his people, has a plan. But I haven't seen him or heard of anything of him making that type of decision, that type of move. I think, again, this is me talking, I think he hired Sean to be Sean, and he has let Sean be Sean, and he has given Sean all the resources to be successful. How has it worked, Mike? It's been pretty dang good, right? So why would you all of a sudden, the way you've operated one way the whole time, and you've given Sean all this power, you're one of the reasons why Sean came here. And then now all of a sudden you're going to step in and say, and make a big boy move and say, I want you to give up play calling.
So you're telling me that a guy who showed up here as the owner a few years ago, admitting that he doesn't really know a lot about football, all of a sudden a few years later is now Jerry Jones? I mean,
that's why I'm having a hard time buying it.
I don't buy it. Okay,
I don't
buy the idea that Greg Penner's like, all right, I've learned enough about football to know that your decisions on third and long from the 25 inside the 25 are just not good. I think
I'm an idiot.
No, I'm not saying that. No, because here's where I would put.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Here's where I would put some credence into it. Remember when Josh Kroenke came out and said, I was around the team enough to know that there was tension between Calvin Booth and Michael Malone.
Yeah.
And it was affecting the team.
Right.
And I felt that for that reason, moves had to be made. If you want to buy the idea that Greg Penner was involved in this, it's because he saw that there was some disconnect, tension, lack of chemistry, whatever, between Sean and Bo, that maybe he saw was good between Bo and Davis Webb. And for that reason, maybe made the suggestion, hey, this might be something you might want to consider. But that's the only way I could find a connection there. I think this is just Sean. And I know people don't want to give Sean credit, and so it can't have been Sean's decision. It had to be somebody else's decision. But I think this was just Sean recognizing at this point in Bo Nix's development, this would be best for Bo.
Yeah, I agree with you.
What's wrong with that?
No, I agree with you. And I could see, what you're saying there about Greg Penner looking at this, and if he's always there, like he's around. He is a present owner. And so he knows what's going on in the building and with Sean and Bo and Davis Webb and Bo. And if he saw something happening, stepping in and saying, all right, we need to fix this. I just don't see it, though. I don't. Like, he has turned this thing over to Sean for Sean to run it. And Sean has done a great job back. And so I think this is a decision that Greg would let Sean make on his own. He's not forcing Sean to make this decision. Then why are you going to have him as a head coach? Right? Like, why are you paying this guy $25 million a year if you're going to say, give up the play call and I just want you to be the head coach?
It's mind-boggling.
You're telling him what to do now after you gave him all the power, after you're one of the reasons why he came here. Doesn't make sense, right?
Right.
Doesn't make sense. Has Greg ever done that? No. He's never done anything like that. So all of a sudden to change up and to tell your coach who you wanted, who you hired, who you empowered to run the football side of, run everything, and then now all of a sudden you're going to tell him, give up play calling? Oh, come on. That's not the way you could tell. That's not the way they operate. That's not the way that Greg operates. So I can't go there on that one.
Hey, we've got a couple days left for you if you have not yet done so. My goodness, we've been telling you about it for all month. So what's taking you so long to get signed up for the Superfan Send-Off, sending two people, you and a guest, off to the biggest pro wrestling event in the world, Superfan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040. You'll get a pair of two-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for two from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. For more information and to enter, head to DenverSports.com/Superfan. Coming up next, continue to get your reaction to Sean Payton giving up the play calling to Davis Webb, and check in on what happened with the Avalanche yesterday and both the Avs and Nuggets in action tonight. We'll preview it next.
Should upgrading the running back room be the top priority for Sean Payton this offseason?
This is not some Christian McCaffrey deal, but it's also not some bargain shopping. It's somewhere in between. You need to address this with a heavy hand. Breece Hall represents that. He's number one on my free agent big board.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, Stoke here. Saving for retirement is one thing. Feeling ready for retirement? That's something else entirely, right? Trades and Wealth helped me bridge that gap, and now I feel prepared for my family's future. They walked me through everything, my accounts, my timeline, my goals, and built a real plan around it. No guesswork, no pressure, no sales pitch, just straight talk from fiduciaries who care about getting it right. I'm a client now because I saw the difference. I felt the difference. If you want a retirement plan that actually makes sense, one that gives you confidence instead of stress, call my friends at Trades and Wealth today. You deserve a clear path forward. And what I love about Trades and Wealth, they'll come up with a game plan specifically designed for you, your goals, your needs, because they're different than everyone else. They have offices located in Broomfield, Greenwood Village, and Loveland. Give them a call, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-WEALTH. Plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trades and Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at tradesandwealth.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I am down 60 pounds because of SodaWeightLoss.com. The weight came off a few years ago, and it came off naturally. And I got to tell you, having my own nutritionist, someone who was always available via text, made all the difference. It's real support from a real person. That's what keeps you consistent with SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results. Clients look and feel 10 years younger, just like I do. I move easier, I sleep better, I got my confidence back, baby, and all thanks to SodaWeightLoss.com. And here's the best part. Join now and your partner joins for free. You start together, you support each other, and you both get younger, feeling healthier versions of yourselves. Call them up, 1-866-800-SODA. That's 1-866-800-SODA. Join Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Go to SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, it's got to be state-of-the-art.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy, Febreze. La, 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 la.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Bring your visions to life with smart business buying tools and technology approvals. We deliver everything you need to achieve your goals. Go to AmazonBusiness.com for support.
Looking for TRT? Don't pay hundreds out of pockets for a franchise or settle for low-dose TRT from your doctor just for insurance coverage. Centergenics and Low T Center take most insurance plans and customize each dose of testosterone for maximum safe results. Go to Centergenics.com or LowTCenter.com to book a free test today.
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
Hey, it's Zach By here. Protect your home with 5280 Exteriors and their James Hardy siding, Timber Tech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows. They also offer 60 months, no interest financing. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
My name's Brian Windhurst, and I've seen a lot of good offense in my life. If you're looking to initiate some offense of your own against your high-interest credit card debt, I'm letting you know a SoFi personal loan might be the play. A SoFi personal loan could be quite the triple threat with low fixed rates, no fees required, and as soon as the same day funding. View your rate for a SoFi personal loan at SoFi.com/offense. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/offense. NMLS 696891.
Stream Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Massive biceps.
Your arms look big. I don't know if it's fat or muscle.
It's not you.
Minor accomplishments.
I did yoga yesterday. I signed up and took a yoga class yesterday.
And having each other's backs.
Mrs. S, Lana, Stoke's playing golf today, and Stoke has no intention of going appliance shopping with you. Here's the deal. Just so you know.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Guns N' Roses, they're coming back.
Is that what that is?
That is.
All right.
Double Talk and Jive.
There's better Guns N' Roses.
Oh no, but this is a
tunes
little
out
deeper.
there.
This is a little deeper. This is a little
Yeah.
deeper cut.
Yeah. What do you, Johnny Summer now? Ooh, this
No.
You've never heard of this music, and let me
look,
tell you about
okay.
this is underground Guns N' Roses.
Okay, this is not underground.
Okay, well, that's what you're referring to.
I'm just talking about deeper cuts. That's all. It's like when you went away on that trip and you were like listening to the full catalog of Led Zeppelin, and you texted me like, "Wow, they got a lot of really good songs."
That's right.
Beyond the most recognizable ones. I'm just saying that I love Guns N' Roses.
I
think Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 are two of the greatest, more underrated albums of all time. Because Appetite for Destruction was it was literally arguably the greatest debut album ever. Sometimes I think Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 gets short-sighted a little bit.
Okay.
So, that's all.
All right. I need to do that again.
Do a little
hot tub. Cigar.
You got to go on a vacation just to listen to more Zeppelin.
And just maybe I'll do Illusion 1 and 2 this time.
You should. You would love it. You would love it.
I need it. I mean, I'm the only grinder around here these days. That's it. Me, Stokley. Like, seriously.
Yesterday was not a vacation day.
Mark is never here.
Yesterday was not a vacation
we know that. He works when he wants to work. Best schedule in, media, broadcasting history. And Mike Evans, you're starting to trend in that direction.
No. I have basically listen. I know I got a little loose last summer with the Summer of Evans, but basically starting August 1st, I have been nonstop here with you since then.
No excuses, no explanations. Do your job.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We got to check the receipts and make sure.
You can check the receipts, please. Go ahead. I'll show you my PTO schedule. Some other things going on besides Sean Payton and Davis Webb and all that drama. The Avalanche made a deal yesterday that I guess can best be summed up, Stoke, as this was all about the move to set up the next move. So Samuel Girard was never worth the 7-year, $35 million deal that he signed back in 2020. $5 million a year for him. I mean, $5 million a year now is still a big number, even with the salary cap going up. Back then, that was way too much for Sammy Girard. He's never lived up to the contract. Brett Kulak is a good, solid defenseman who isn't flashy, but he's not going to hurt you out there. The reason this move was made and why the Avalanche had to overpay, because not only did they give up a guy who still has a year left on his contract for a guy who is 5 years older and is on an expiring contract, they also threw in a second-round pick. And for an Avalanche team that doesn't have a whole lot of high picks, this may seem like an overpay. But Girard's value around the NHL just wasn't that high. And in order to make this deal happen, they had to sweeten the pot by throwing in the second-round pick. Now, the good news is you get a solid defenseman back to make up for trading Girard, and you increase more cap space to allow you to go out and make what I think is just an obvious imminent move. They're going to be trading for a veteran center to be their third-line center for this playoff push, which means start talking about the names. You could talk about Ryan O'Reilly, maybe a return here. You could talk about Vincent Trocheck, or you could talk, and what I'm hoping happens, is a Nazem Kadri return.
Oh.
But that's what this was about. This was about being able to create the kind of cap space to be able to go out and add an impact third-line center for this playoff push.
You know who I want to add?
Who?
Why you looked at me side-eye?
Oh, I'm very curious.
Give me one of the Kachuk brothers. I want a Kachuk brother.
That would be awesome.
Can I get a Kachuk brother or a Hughes brother? One or the other. That's what I want. No,
whoa! You're not saying you'd rather have
just
Hughes over McCarr, would you?
Did I say that?
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Did I say that?
Well,
settle down.
That's been
a
gaining
bit.
some steam since the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think you look at the situation, and sometimes you talk about Kadri. The sequel isn't always as good as the first one, Mike. You're seeing it with Bruce Brown. It's just quite not the same. Now, we'll see how it looks in the playoffs, but, everyone, the legend grew with Bruce Brown. all of a sudden, he was, I don't know, Jason Kidd out there, right? And so he was great, but the second time hasn't been as good, hasn't been as impactful as it was the first time. Again, we're just getting going, and he played good the other night.
Nazem Kadri is a better hockey player at this stage in his career than Bruce Brown is a basketball player.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Take my word for it.
I will. Of course I will. You're a hockey guy. Why would I not
Kadri is
take your
still
word for
a
it?
top performer. Bruce Brown is a role player.
So, and I think what I like here is you're giving yourself a lot of financial flexibility. Like you said, you got a hard cap sport, and you're giving yourself flexibility moving forward, whether it be right now or in the offseason, Mike. Either one, right? So, you needed to get out from under that. That's a lot of money, like you said, in that tight of with what you have and what you have to spend and what you're trying to do. So, good move. Shed that contract, and it gives you flexibility.
All right, so the Avs are back to work tonight in Utah as they kick off what is just going to be a sprint, a jam-packed sprint to the finish line here. A lot of games in a short amount of time. Get ready. Nuggets in action tonight. They are should benefit from a scheduled win in the NBA schedule. They're playing Boston tonight. Boston is on a road trip. They played last night in Phoenix. Blew out the Suns, but they're coming in here to altitude, back-to-back, in the midst of a week-long road trip. Nuggets have been off since Sunday. Should be a good scheduled win for the Nuggets tonight. We shall see. Mark joins us. Was he as surprised as Stoke was that Sean Payton gave up the play calling to Davis Webb? That's next.
During his best season as a pro, does Jamal Murray need to give his teammates a reality check?
Couldn't Jamal Murray sit down in that locker room and call guys out by name? Those sort of conversations have to be had, and I don't think there's anybody better to do it than Jamal Murray because he was the problem and is now the solution.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Fellas, what is happening? Stoke here from my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Fellas, low testosterone is a real issue for many men. It can lead to poor sleep, low energy, brain fog, reduced sex drive, and make it difficult to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body plays a major role in overall health and well-being. But more than this, Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic can help men lose weight, support metabolism, improve gains in the gym, and more with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GA peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and so much more. Fellas, did you know early to your mid-30s, you start losing 2 to 3% of your testosterone production every year, and it happens gradually. And before you know it, you just don't feel like the same man you did in your 20s and 30s. But guess what? It doesn't have to be that way. Stop procrastinating. Start taking your health seriously again. Reach out to Jeff and his team over at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. I'm telling you, they'll get you taken care of. Most men wait a year or longer. Fellas, there's no need to wait. Don't ignore the signs. Call today and take the first step towards feeling better again. 720-440-7900. They have 5 locations right here in Colorado to serve you. Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. Call 720-440-7900, or you can find them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
High five! Up top!
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Yeah! He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes! The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040 and Jacobs Law with another cool story to share. James called 303 Law 4040, and he's like a lot of our clients, our 303 Law 4040 clients, in person. And it's a good thing we did because we noticed James did not look so good. We sent him to the hospital to get checked out, and they did wind up admitting him. In the end, we got him feeling better and $125,000. He was over the moon. He came into the office to pick up his check and rang that victory bell. And the really cool part is James surprised us with a check of his own, a donation so we could keep the best free meal in Denver coming each and every first and third Thursday. If you've been injured, you may be like James, not looking to get rich, but not sure what to do. That's why we're here to help. Just give us a call at 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Time's running out. Mattress Firm's President's Day sale ends soon. Let their sleep experts help find the perfect bed for you. They make sleep easy.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Caffeine Kicks.
You're drinking from a cup of coffee that's clearly not yours. Right. Because on the side it says, Mama needs more coffee.
Selective amnesia.
I mean, things come out of my mouth. I don't remember from segment to segment what I said.
And oversimplification.
Mike used to be intelligent before he started working with me, and I've dumbed him down.
He has dumbed me down a lot.
I'll be honest, it's going to be hard to dumb me down.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Stoke is a KG veteran. There is no question. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to it on this Wednesday. Let's jump right into it because both you guys
were no way Sean Payton gives up his offense entirely. But he's done that.
Yeah.
So, Mark, what was your reaction when you heard that?
Well, I think there was two things. One, I was really surprised, but you hear Sean saying, I want to do what's best for my football team, which was awesome. But I was surprised that he just went ahead and said, yeah, Davis Webb's going to be calling the plays. And then I thought, wow, this is going to be tough for guys like James Marilat that, want to fire a guy like Sean Payton because he's too stubborn and he won't change and he's da. And, like, who are you going to blame now? Who are you going to point the finger at? I ultimately didn't think that he would relinquish play calling because, like I said yesterday on the program, I was like, listen, man, that's what these guys love to do, that competition of me against a D coordinator calling the right play at the right time, the always and the nevers. Hey, they're always in this, so if we get them into this situation in this formation, man, we're going to attack this and we're going to create that big play over there. They're always zero blitz in this, and we've got – and they love that. And so I was surprised, Stoke. I was surprised that he said, hey, man, Davis Webb's going to do it.
Yeah, I was too, Mark. Very surprised. I didn't think he would tell us. I thought he was going to screw around with us.
That's what I thought too, right?
Yeah, we both thought he was going to screw around with us and be like, no, I'm not. We're still going through this process. And I didn't think he was giving it up. I mean, to your point, Mark, these guys, that's their drug.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, calling plays, this is what he's done his whole career. This is him. Like, now all of a sudden, I'm just going to be the head coach? No, like, that's what gets you excited as a coach, and being a play caller, and you call it in the right moment, and it works, and it's a touchdown. That's the high right there. That's it. And when you've done it your whole career, that's just who you are. That's what you do. And, like, how have I been successful as a head coach? It's calling plays.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm great at this. Why do you think I'm making $25 million a year or whatever it is? Why do you think I've won a Super Bowl? It's because I know how to call plays. And to be able to take a step back, I have to give Sean a lot of credit. To be able to take a step back and say, hey, maybe I've lost my fastball a little bit. Maybe we need some new energy. We need a new set of eyes on this offense to help Bo continue to progress and take that next step. I give Sean a lot of credit because that's not an easy thing to do. I don't think people on the outside realize how difficult that is for a guy like Sean Payton to give up.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think the other thing for Sean is, like, sometimes as a play caller, you don't see the forest through the trees. And I've talked to guys who've given up, relinquished their play calling duties, saying, hey, man, I've become a better head coach based on the fact that I am more connected to the entirety of the team. I'm more connected to the defense. I'm more connected, like, he's got that run the ball on the top of the sheet and stuff. Sometimes you can sit back and kind of the 30,000-foot view and go, well, here's why we're not running it well. Like, we've got so much stuff going on that guys are busting plays or whatever. So I'm with you, man. It takes a certain amount of humility, and he loves to compete, and Sean loves to shove it up somebody else's can, right? He loves that competition. He does. And he's done it for so long. So I just think it was really cool. I was surprised also, like you, Stoke, that he actually told us. So how many relative twos? Did anybody count the relative twos?
Where's the audio? Can you
Would you like to hear a little bit?
Well, Mike, seriously, I know you had the day off yesterday. You are a little rusty today. I've been sitting here for and we've been doing the show for an hour and 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And I have not heard the audio yet.
Well,
that's on you as a coordinator.
You've been
all you've been doing is throwing the football. Sometimes you got to run the ball, establish the run.
I've learned from Sean. You call the game that's developing in front of you, and you were bringing it so strong with your opinions. I thought
that is true.
I didn't think it was necessary.
I just want to know how many relative twos.
A lot of it is, look, you go through the minute the season ends, you have a number of coaches interviewing for other jobs. You have coaches that you definitely want to retain. And it's never going to be quite on your timeline. If I love, and it's great to see Declan advancing, but it wasn't on my timeline. In other words, it just happens faster. So I remember there was a point during the year where he and I visited. I'm talking about Davis, and it was relative to the position he has, but also more than just having the position, being someone that would have more input and be able to call plays. It's still going to be our offense, I think it's easier to do as you get older, and you look at how do we win more games. I mean, I've done it before. Sometimes you feel like you're used to carrying something in a hand, so your hands feel empty when you're not doing that. But Pete, the first time it ever happened was because of an injury I had, and we played Sunday Night Football against the Colts, and we scored 63 points. And I'm like, Pete, you're killing me. I think it's going to help our team, and I'll do everything I can to support them. And it's something I wouldn't do if I didn't think would help.
I thought that was pretty funny. He didn't even get a media laugh on that 63. And like, Pete, you're embarrassing me by putting all these points. I thought.
Were you on that team?
I thought it was pretty good.
Were you on that Colts team? They gave up 63.
Oh, no, we didn't. I don't know. We didn't lose to the Saints when I was with the Colts.
Okay.
Come on.
He was
not when I was there.
Anyhow, that was
no.
Well, maybe if Stoke was on the sideline saying, "Hey, yell out, run or pass, run or pass," they wouldn't have given up 63.
You know what? That's a good call. Did Russ get that from you? Was that where he learned that?
I didn't want to take credit for it, but I like that, Mark, from Sean there. I like that, taking a step back and kind of looking at himself and just looking at the direction of the team, and he's trying to get better. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get better, trying to improve, and trying to get the most out of this team, which, in his situation, I don't think that's an easy thing to do, to take a step back and stop calling plays, but he's doing it.
I agree. Hey, by the way, is Lana watching the show on YouTube?
She might be. Why?
Because of the sexy time glasses.
Oh, I got the glasses on.
You got the glasses on.
I got the glasses on. I do have the glasses on. And so if she wants to tune in
Bow
to
chicka bow wow.
We had somebody actually took a screenshot of Stoke on the Denver Sports YouTube channel and
Why are
then
you bringing
sent
this up
it
again?
in.
Why
No,
you-
because
this is
I'm
unnecessary.
establishing new rules here.
No, you're not.
No, I
You're
am.
trying to
No,
fat
because-
shame me
no,
like my
I'm not
wife has been
fat-shaming
doing.
you. A texter
Tubby
did.
kid.
A texter sent in a picture, a still shot of Stoke, kind of in a relaxed posture here, and then circled where his chin and neck meet, and just kind of circled like there's no real difference between your chin and your neck. And I'm just going to say, look, the YouTube channel. I'm setting new rules. I'm going to say it again at 8:00.
You're not being nice right now,
I'm
Mike.
going to say
I know
it.
what
I'm
you're
going to say it
doing.
at 8:00. That for everybody, the YouTube channel is a privilege, not a right. And if you're going to abuse it,
right,
by
it's like
fat
yoga
shame,
pants.
Exactly.
Yes.
If you're going to do it and you're going to use it to fat shame Stoke,
then we don't want to hear it.
Then
we don't want to hear it.
We'll take away your toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what
Okay.
you're
I
doing,
like
Mike.
that.
I know what you're doing.
I just want that known. Coming up next.
I need support, people. I need support. Help.
I was going to say, I thought you looked like you'd lost a pound or two.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Because I have. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I need support.
Coming up next.
Unlike Mike and my wife.
This being a pivotal year for Bo Nix's development, this being a pivotal year for the Broncos in their window, what does Sean see in Davis Webb that made him give up the offense? That's next.
Do the Broncos need a major reset at tight end this offseason?
Give me a break on this tight end room. Seriously, get this tight end room fixed. It's time to upgrade it. We put it on the back burner long enough. Eventually, you got to upgrade this thing, and this is the offseason to do it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, we love talking about dynasties. The Ford F-150 is a legit dynasty. For 50 years, they've been America's best-selling truck, which only makes the deal at Siltahar Motors right now. Right now, get up to $10,000 off all remaining 2025 Ford F-150s. Plus, 0% financing for 72 months. 6 years, no interest. Siltahar Motors is 4 big dealerships in one: Ford, Lincoln, Volvo, and Mazda, conveniently located at Highway 36 in Wadsworth and Broomfield. Check out their entire inventory and do all your shopping from your couch, if you'd like it, sthmotors.com. And know you're working with a company you can trust, locally and family-owned for 66 years. That's not luck. That's earned by doing business the right way. And in honor of this President's Day, that means joining the dynasty that is the Ford F-150. $10,000 off and 0% financing for 6 years on all remaining 2025 Ford F-150s. Best prices, best selection, most trusted. Siltahar Motors, get everything you want out of a dealership.
You're listening to Sports Talk Radio at work. So is your competition. So are your customers. Denver sports fans don't half listen. They argue, They text in. They remember stats from 1998. They remember who sponsors their obsession. Audio, video, or online. We've got every angle covered. DenverSports.com. Make your move.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Spine One. You live with back pain, neck pain, worried about needing surgery. How about taking all those habit-forming medications? Well, my guys at Spine One specialize in treatments that offer alternatives to major surgery and long-term medication. Here's the best news. You can start your journey toward pain-free today, just like I did. That's right, they're a phone call away with same-day appointments. 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK. Hey guys, Spine One's a complete medical center for spine care. They've got exams, MRIs, physical therapy, treatment options, all in one facility. And their board-certified physicians are going to educate you on what's going on, why you're in pain, and then give you options for both nagging and debilitating pain. Guys, I'm going to be in the gym later on this afternoon. I'm going to go, just crazy in there. I couldn't do it for decades, man. I just could not lift. My back hurt so bad, 24/7. A couple of short visits to my guys at Spine One. I got my life back. I was back in the gym, back on the golf course, doing things I love to do, and I owe that all to Spine One. Don't live in pain any longer, guys. See how they can serve you and get you out of pain. 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK, or find them online at spineone.com.
What's going on, everybody? After that romantic Valentine's, I know there's a bunch of you guys out there who are thinking about popping that question here soon. Am I right? Well, let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this like family and their surface is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments of memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood and Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Philip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
This February, save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auctions.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 104.3 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Raw emotion.
I'm crying right now. I have tears in my eyes. These are legitimate David Edelman tears.
Deceptive tactics.
I'm not falling for that Louisiana draw country boy, not that bright. I'm not falling for it anymore.
And thick accents.
Ask Stoke to say groin for me, will you please?
Groin.
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 Groin. So it's not groin, it's groin.
Groin.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Charm of yours.
I'll try not to.
We love it. Love it here in the morning. I like that hat, Stoke.
Thank you.
What's Jack's place?
That's Jack Nicklaus. his golf course, his tournament out there in Ohio. You know, when I played with that guy, Scotty?
Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler.
You know, when he birdied 18?
Yeah, I did. You
Not
remember that?
Scheffler.
No.
Stokely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Pro-Am. Threw a dart up there. The whole crowd was watching. They kept going. I kept going, oh, and they go, I was like, yes,
Kind of a big
right
deal.
at home right there.
So you just told Scotty, like, hey, just hop on my back.
Yeah,
Let
just
me
watch
throw
this.
the darts.
Watch this. Let me show you how this thing is done. And then you know what happened, Mark?
I don't.
He won the tournament. So, you know, I'm not saying it was me.
The inspiration?
And that chip and tip I gave him and helped him out on his, like that back leg just kind of always does something where say, hey, Scott, let's get that thing dialed in a little bit more. And then next thing you know, he won the tournament.
Yeah.
So
Hey, speaking of dialing things in, I know you played golf yesterday. I was in the garage yesterday.
that's why you look so, that's why you're so happy today, right?
Dude, I cleaned out the garage. And, you know, my wife's out of town. I threw away more of her crap that she hasn't seen in 2 years. I just tossed it.
So you're not a hoarder at all? Do you hoard stuff?
No, but she's got more knick-knack tallywhacks in the garage. Just, I mean, taking up room. I'm like, she hasn't seen this. She hasn't seen this. This is not. And I just started tossing stuff.
Did you find anything for Evans? Any like podcast, like
Was there a chainsaw in there?
Right.
Yeah.
Has she been hoarding a chainsaw?
Evans would love a chainsaw.
Yeah, my chainsaw is in there, but there were a couple of things that I was like, I wonder if Mike would like this. There's a couple of things that I'm not going to need anymore.
In lieu of payment.
Right.
No.
Yes.
Listen, man, you got a little bit.
I did get a little scratch. I appreciate it.
A little bit.
Hey, I've been placated.
I think you ought to go
satisfied
by
for the time being.
I think after the show, when you leave 2 hours after the show's over because you had to do podcasts, you ought to drive by Mark's house and just
dig through my trash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dumpster dive.
Dumpster dive.
And see what he was throwing away. I guarantee you there's some good stuff in there.
Mrs. S has extraordinary taste, I have no doubt. So I'll probably be able to find some good.
Yeah, maybe a little present for the wife.
Maybe.
Look what I got you.
Look what I got.
Yeah, exactly. Like a nice, beautiful birdhouse. I was like, she hasn't hung this thing up in
birdhouse.
I just tossed it.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Be curious to see
She's
what
gonna
happens
be
when she
so
comes
pissed.
home. Right. I'm very curious about how that works out.
Here's the deal. It's in the trash can is at the bottom, and then I pile garbage on top. And then those two trash cans will go out.
She'll know right away.
They'll go out.
Say, where's that birdhouse? I wanted to hang it up for the spring.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like,
birdhouse? I didn't see any birdhouse in
what are
here.
you talking about?
Yeah. What?
Guys, you have
You're in trouble.
Crucial year coming up. It's Bo Nix's third year. You're in a window right now where you don't have to pay him. A year from now, if he is what you believe he is, then you're looking at a contract probably in the neighborhood of 5 years, $300 million. I mean, $60 million a year is going to be the going rate for quarterbacks here moving forward. And so this is a pivotal year. It's a huge year. And I'm just kind of curious, what do you think Sean sees in Davis Webb, a guy who's never called plays, that he's ready to turn this offense over in such a pivotal year to this person?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you don't know until you know, and there's got to be a first time you call plays. And I know Davis called one in a game in the preseason, whatever. But I think it's more about that relationship that Davis Webb has with Bo Nix. I think it's about that relational aspect. And I think the other thing is, Sean knows that he's a grinder that way. Sean knows that he can get on your nerves. Sean knows like who he is as a coach, and he wants that buffer. He wants that growth. He says, I think he looks at this and says, hey man, this is the best chance for my quarterback to continue to progress, and he needs a different voice. And I think that's again, there's a lack of ego there. There's a humility there from Sean that says, man, I'm doing what's best, what I believe is going to be best for my football team, which, for all the Sean critics out there and, oh, boo-hoo, he was mean to Russ, and, this should, I know you won't, but this should actually make you look at him a little bit different.
I think Sean sees himself in Davis Webb, like when he was young, play caller. Like, that's me. And so he wants to give him that opportunity. Just like someone gave him that, Parcells or whoever gave him that opportunity. And And
But he's never called plays. How can he see himself in somebody who's never called plays?
Well, you as a coach, Mike, like you see someone, like if I'm coaching someone, I see him like, I think that guy reminds me of me. I want to give him this opportunity, right? Someone had to give Sean the opportunity, and Sean has thought a little bit outside the box when it comes to hiring coaches. He doesn't just hire, his guys, these old guys. He goes out, he hired a new offensive line coach that had never coached offensive line before, right? I mean, in New Orleans, Zach Strief.
Right? Zach was an assistant O-line coach for a couple of years underneath him, but was not the head O-line coach.
Right, yeah. And then, he hired him. And then now he goes and finds this gives guys opportunities. And I think when they earn his respect, he's like, all right, And then I think he also looks at himself and realizes that he might need to take a step back, that he's not the same play caller that he once was, and that Davis Webb, again, he's the one that told us about, when I was young calling plays, I didn't think about, the negative effects of a play. I'd call a reverse or a jet sweep, whatever it is, at the 8-yard line. And now I'm thinking about the consequences and the negative things that could happen. And so I think he realizes that, it's time for a young guy, a new guy to maybe look at it a little bit differently. And I do. I think he sees himself in Davis Webb.
So, I mean, this is the question I think that all of us are thinking about. Like, we sit down to watch a Broncos game next year on TV or at the stadium. Davis Webb is calling plays. What do you anticipate looking different? What's going to stand out, do you think, that makes it clear that, okay, not only is this different, this is him putting his stamp on the offense, but this is what's making it better. I mean, I think that's what. I mean,
who knows?
But that's how.
We can't give you that answer. Have you ever seen Davis Webb call plays?
No.
Except for like the preseason game. So right. I don't.
What would you hope he does differently? How would you hope it looks different?
Yeah, that's a better question.
All right,
much better question.
Yeah, that's
I'll tell you what.
Right?
Hold that.
You know what?
Hold that.
You have to kind of coach him. He's rusty, like you mentioned.
Right.
One day.
You have one day off, and he gets a little rusty. You got to coax out the good questions out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's a terrible first question. I mean, like, how does anybody know? Much better the second time, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Much better.
How do you hope it looks different?
See, that's a good one, Mike. Proud of you.
All right. Well,
you're back. You're back.
You both will answer that coming up after I tell you and remind you, boy, if you haven't done it by now, what are you waiting for? I mean, we are giving you so many chances to sign up for the Superfan Send-Off to the biggest pro wrestling event in the world, presented by 303 Law 4040. Thank you, Dan Jacobs. And this is a chance to go out if you're a wrestling fan, or even if you're not a wrestling fan. It's such an event that why would you not want to experience it for the first time? Pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, a $500 Visa gift card. For more information and to enter, it's free, but you got to enter DenverSports.com/superfan.
Will the Avalanche stars experience an Olympic hangover after an emotional gold medal game?
Just to think you go 2 weeks like that and you battle the way they battled and you lost the way that they lost a game that you were better. How do you just get over it that quick? I don't know, man. I am concerned about a hangover here from some of these guys, especially
The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Cudarelli Vision. Now, I wore glasses as a kid, and then I had LASIX when I played for the Broncos in my 30s. When I hit my mid-50s, I started needing those readers for everything I did. Reading menus, studying film, writing notes. Hey, those days are days of the past right now, because I went to see Dr. Cudarelli at Cudarelli Vision for a refractive lens exchange, and I can tell you firsthand, game changer for me. It could be for you as well. You can join Dr. Cudarelli for his live webinar. That's today at noon. You can learn about refractive lens exchange from Cudarelli Vision. It's the perfect opportunity to meet Dr. Cudarelli and have him answer all your questions, like, are you a good candidate? How's it different from LASIK? Why can't you develop a cataract after the surgery? All those different things. Cudarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. He'll tell you when it's the right time for RLE for you. So again, that's webinar today at noon. You can register at ColoradoRLE.com. That's ColoradoRLE.com. No readers, no glasses, no contacts, no cataracts. ColoradoRLE.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Was at CSU this past weekend, saw my kid, and like most young college students, he was like complaining about his hair. He got a bad haircut. I said, dude, you got great hair. And the fact that he gets it from my wife's side of the family, that's not lost on me. My side, not so good, which is why I was so fortunate to meet Dr. Tanya Pauls in Advanced Hair Restoration. I did a simple but incredibly successful one-day FUE treatment that started regrowing my own natural hair the very next day, and here we are 20 years later, and it continues to grow. You can't do much better than a 20-year endorsement. Even better, working with Advanced Hair means working with the legend herself, Dr. Tanya Pauls, and her all-star team. All you need to do is choose how much hair and where you want it to go, and Advanced Hair does the rest. No magic, no gimmicks, just real science to go along with the latest technology. Get your hair back. Get your confidence back. Improve your relationships. Be motivated to live a more healthy lifestyle. For a limited time, get a free consultation, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Call 720-459-HAIR and at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and with their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's powered by Hellsberg. Shop and store are at hellsberg.com.
Short-term memory loss.
I don't remember. What was the reason I gave her earlier?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I don't remember what you said. You think I remember the reason?
Ironclad sources.
One of the biggest haters in my life, my wife. My wife. She will even vouch for that story.
And spontaneous karaoke.
New additions like Ronnie, Bobby,
Ricky and Mike.
If I like a girl who can cool it down.
Slow it down.
Watch out, I'm gonna lose control.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Four down territory coming up, which will be beyond just the whole Davis Webb stuff and Sean Payton, what we heard from Sean and George Payton yesterday. So we'll get to that, including what George Payton had to say about R.J. Harvey that has some people worried. But Stoke, thanks to you, you settled my question down. And so it's not so much what you expect to see different from this offense next year with Davis Webb calling it. It's what you hope to see different. And what would that be?
Yeah, less personnel groupings. Let's get in something and go with it. Let guys get into the flow of the football game, get in a rhythm. Let Bo know, who's in the lineup and what we're going with, and not have every single play have personnel groupings running in and out. I don't like that philosophy, and I understand, Sean, what he's talking about when he says, okay, well, this is what defensive coordinators say give them problems and issues, and I just think it's too much, especially for a young quarterback that's still developing. And I think the better approach is, hey, let's get in something, let's do it, let's get really good at this, and let's perfect it, and let's keep our dudes on the field and let them get in the flow and the rhythm of a football game. So I'm hoping that's what we see different when Davis Webb starts calling the plays. I know what Mark's going to say.
Do you? I do too.
You're going to talk about the run game.
Yeah, run menu.
Yeah.
Run menu.
Look,
not the run
Mark,
game.
See, we
Right.
pay attention. No, we actually do pay attention.
Right.
To
Yeah, right.
Wow.
You because you're taking notes. You're filling in your.
You're
filling in the gaps.
You notice that.
It's not the run game. It's the run menu.
Well, it is. It goes exactly to what Stoke is saying. Personnel groupings, the motions, it's simplification so that you don't make so many busts. Simplification so that your run game ties in better to what you're doing as an offense. And the menu is 100% correct. I want to see them be experts as opposed to dabbling in a lot of different concepts. I want to see them be experts in one or two concepts. Right? And so that stuff to me becomes very important, and it will eliminate some of the confusion that you get into when everything's a different personnel grouping, everything's a different motion, everything is getting into, going from, motioning across to go from one formation from a 3-by-1 to a 2-by-2 to, all those things are important, but if you do it too much, it just creates movement on the defense, which creates offensive confusion with who we're blocking.
Yeah, so Sean said that the offense isn't going to change. The offense is the offense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So is the offense, meaning the offense is a lot of personnel groups?
Could be. We'll see. That's a good question. I don't know how, and because the offense is the offense, and Davis Webb isn't going to all of a sudden, make up a new offense. But how does Davis Webb view playing offensive football? Does he view it the same way Sean did? Right? You can still have the offense and not have to change personnel groupings all the time. And to Mark's point, that's kind of was our philosophy in Indy. We're just going to out-execute you. This is what we're going to do. This is our run game, and you're always going to have a couple little sprinkles in there, different runs, but this is our pass game, and we just perfected it, right? And so we played fast. We knew, didn't matter the defensive front, the coverages. We saw it all. And, we did practice, games, it didn't matter. We're going to go out there and just out-execute you, and there's something to be said for that. Just go in and play fast. Like, boom, you call it, you get to the line, you're going. And there's no gray area. Quarterback knows what you're doing. And so I think that's the same thing for the offensive line when it comes to the run game. Sometimes you just having a ton of stuff isn't good for everyone. It looks good on the chalkboard, but when you need to go out there and execute and guys are moving and shifting and you're seeing all these different things, if you haven't run it against them, if you haven't run it against those coverages and those defenses, then it's hard to go out there and execute it. So, hopefully they can go out there.
P-A-R-E.
P-A-R-E. Pair.
Really?
Yes.
They spell that different than P-A-I-R?
Yeah.
Well, how do you spell pair like a pair? Like a
P-E-A-R.
Yeah.
P-E-A-R?
Mm-hmm.
So there's three pairs?
Mm-hmm.
You know what else? Take the E off of that.
Yeah, that's like a trifecta.
Take the E off of that pair.
That's what you had six of yesterday.
In a row.
Mm-hmm.
Start the round.
Mm-hmm. Boom.
And then
boom.
fell apart.
Oh. Yeah. By the way, just on your just, don't want to, talk down to you. Just want to educate you a little bit.
Me or Mike?
No, Mike.
Okay, good.
So on the different personnel groupings, you can do a bunch of different personnel groupings. You just don't have to do them every other play.
Mm-hmm.
So you can come out and say, hey, we're going to be in tiger, and we're two tight ends. And then we're going to get to zebra. We're going to get to zebra.
Three wide, Mike.
And we're just going to be in zebra for, 4 or 5 plays. Then we're going to get to tiger, and we're going to run, 3 or 4 plays. And we're going to, if you have tight ends that have duality, now you have to, as a defense coordinator, you got to make a decision.
Don't get crazy now.
Right.
Don't get too crazy now talking about tight ends with duality.
Right. You have a D coordinator says, hey, man, are they going to try to run the ball? They're going to try to throw the ball. And if they bring out their heavy personnel, then you throw it against them. And if they bring out their lighter personnel, then you run it down their throats. And so
inconceivable.
But you can get into that package and you can say, hey, man, we're going to run our 3 wide plays out of tiger because we've got guys at the tight end position that can do that. Like that's how the offense could change.
I would love to see less personnel packages. But remember, you guys had Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Brandon Stokley.
Thank you.
Dallas
Clark, Edgerrin James. You guys had John Elway, Terrell Davis,
me,
Eddie McCaffrey,
me,
Shannon Sharp, Rod Smith. We got R.J. Harvey, Jaleel McLaughlin, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims. You see the differences. So I
understand.
Now, if
I understand, but
so that's why I think it still comes down to
let me ask you
continuing
this.
to upgrade the talent on this team. And then once you feel comfortable that you have those guys, that you can just
let me push
play
back.
all the time,
Right. Let me
I'm
push
all
back.
for that.
Was Rod Smith a free agent who was a quarterback at some directional school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was Eddie McCaffrey some superstar coming out of Stanford? Was Terrell Davis a 6th-round pick? Why do you think those guys developed? Do you think they developed because they were just miscast? Like, we're like, oh, wait, everybody screwed up. Not one person realized that they were talented. Shannon Sharp was a 7th-rounder out of Savannah. Or do you think maybe it's because we became experts at what we were doing?
And it didn't. Yeah, you did, but it didn't happen overnight, right?
Rod Smith became Rod. Yeah, no.
That's all I'm saying is that yes, at some
you're
point
you're saying we need more talent because we didn't have Rod Smith. You said we didn't have Rod Smith or Eddie McCaffrey or Marvin Harrison. When you have a system and you can execute that system and you become an expert at that system, guess what? All of a sudden Marvin Mims becomes a star player for you, or Troy Franklin does, or fill in the blanks. But when you, and this is why Stoke and I are saying the same thing from a simplification standpoint, let's become experts and see how good we can actually become so that you can get a bunch of free agent guys like our team had that won back-to-back world championships.
Yeah, I just think that, if you want to get the best out of these guys, let them get in the flow of the football game. Let them get in a rhythm. See if they are. There's a lot of unknowns still about our receivers, right? I mean, we're hoping that Troy Franklin can continue to progress and Pat Bryant takes a step. But, if you let guys play a little bit and stay out there, then I think you're able to evaluate those guys a little bit more. Like, what do we know about Marvin Mims, really? He's a kind of a hybrid guy, a utility knife? What? No, wait.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
I know. It's not a utility. Swiss Army knife. Gosh.
But utility is, utility's
it's
more like a box
okay.
cutter.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say the guy's a box cutter.
I mean, Swiss Army knife just sounds cool.
It does. But
Wars
we really
were won with Swiss Army knives.
We really don't know.
Did the Swiss really win anything with those knives?
Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
But do we really know who he is as a receiver? Like, I hear these other shows, Dover and Cecil. I mean, they want to see more Marvin Mims. Well, okay, I don't know. I don't know what it would look like, or could he be the guy that's out there every play as a number 2 wide receiver? He could. I mean, he shows potential, but we haven't had him out there enough to be able to say yes he can or no he can't. So,
but are you at this point saying, all right, draw the line? I am going to put Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, and Troy Franklin out there all the time and sink or swim with these guys because they need a chance to play. Are you that confident that those are the guys,
Bryant.
or do you? Oh, well, you want to see Pat Bryant too.
But so here's what I think. I think you have a 3-wide personnel without Mims, and you can go with Pat Bryant and Franklin with Sutton, and then you have one with him, right? So you can have a couple different personnel groupings when it comes to those guys to be able to play them. But I got to still see more Pat Bryant.
Yeah,
I need to see more of him moving forward.
And if you're a coach, you'd probably want to continue to see
thought
what I
he
got
had
in these guys.
Yeah, I thought he had a really good rookie year. It was a shame that one hit he took there that really set him back. That was
I like Pat.
That concussion. I mean, that was a devastating hit he took, and I think and then he got another concussion. So you worry about that moving forward. But I think that guy's got a chance to be, a really good wide receiver, right, and a good complement to Cortland.
The Mims thing is interesting to me because I think, outside the bubble screens and the gadget plays, and that's what he's really become, like, it's hard to work a guy in as a proficient route runner when you're saying, hey, you're going to run the bubble screens and you're going to run all the gadget stuff, and then we're going to run you on goes because you can really run, right? We're just going to run you on a deep. So do you really develop as a wide receiver when that's your role? And if that's your role and you're really good at it, then it's hard to say, hey, you know what, we're going to take the time to really put this guy as a number 2 receiver or as our main slot guy. and really work with that, because there are guys that are probably better route runners, or there's, you know what I'm saying, that they've had more experience. So that's going to be one of those things that we'll see exactly how that plays out. But I'm with Stoke. I look at Pat Bryant, and he's not the fastest guy or anything. The dude is a football player. I watch him. He's a football player.
I mean, that's a Rod Smith,
yeah,
like type of wide receiver. You know, not the fastest guy, tough. He'll block. He makes tough catches. All those things that made Rod Smith great.
All right, let's get to 4 down territory.
Welcome to 4 Down Territory, where Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth keep you up to date on the latest buzz from around the Denver sports scene and beyond. Kicking it off with First Down.
So there's a lot of other things that came out of both Sean and George Payton's press conferences yesterday. Let's recap some of that, including Sean clearly still bothered by what went down at the end of the season, with him sharing information about Bo's injury, predisposed, all that kind of stuff. And you can tell he's still salty at it, because he aimed his guns at our pal Mike Kliss.
There was. Why don't you ask Mike? No, I'm not going to answer the question about an injury. Right here. Ask him. Ask Mike. Next question. I'm not going to get into the injury. What I meant predisposed is there was a slight he's not, and there weren't multiple. So I have a problem, and Mike, I apologize. I have a problem when someone's quoting me to him on a conference call and they're inaccurate, and they're one of our locals that shouldn't be. All right, next question.
Wow! I'd say that's
damn.
This is
we played a little game played a little game of telephone, and at the end of the message was wrong.
Wow. He was pissed at Mike Klissy.
For the way that he was upset, that he felt that the question that was given to Bo was erroneous in the way that it was asked.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of what you did last segment when you had the bad question.
and so you're not going to get me. Stay focused.
Okay,
Schlereth. Okay,
I'm just saying.
No, you're right,
kind of, but it's very similar.
But this is. You said earlier how Sean's probably spent a lot of time, and maybe part of the decision to make the move to Webb was, regretting going for the 4th down play, that he should have kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
What I heard there is that him acknowledging that he did not handle the whole thing at the end of the season with Bo the right way. And instead of just coming out and saying, look, I probably could have handled it a little differently. Here was what I was trying to say, blah, 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 blah. Instead, he's still kind of a little salty and defensive about it.
Well, you could tell that obviously it really pissed Bo off. And one of the things we love about Bo around here is he's not going to tuck his tail between his legs and, and scamper off. He's going to go address it with the head coach, and he was pissed. And
God bless Bo Nix.
Rightfully so. And I think that's one of the things that attracted Sean Payton to Bo Nix in the draft process. Is this guy he's a football player who's been coached his whole life hard, who's overcome, his Auburn issues and went to Oregon, and I think all those things are positives. And I agree with you that he doesn't think he handled it well, but he's pissed that it fell out that way.
Yeah, you could tell he regrets that, and he wish he had it all to do it over again. And I don't know, was Bo going to talk? Was he not going to talk? But certainly.
Oh, he was going to talk. And so he was going to get what he said out no matter what. I mean, it wasn't like he wasn't even thinking about talking about it until Mike Kliss asked the question. He was going to talk. It was going to come up.
No, I was talking about at the end of the season. Was Bo going to actually have that press conference or not? If Sean didn't say what he said. I don't know. I have my doubts about that. But obviously Sean misspoke on that. Mm-hmm. And, what's their relationship like? I think it's fine. I don't think it's a big deal at all.
No, but I do think that this is you disagree. I think this is part of the reason why the move was made. I think that there is you could call it the age gap. You can call it whatever you want. I think that there's a bit of a lack of connection there between Bo and Sean that I think we've seen plenty of examples of, and that while Sean admires and certainly went out and recognized the qualities in Bo that he wanted to draft Bo, I think he has found that the actual day-to-day working with Bo, that it's not as easy as maybe he thought it would be. Maybe he got spoiled by his time with Drew Brees. I don't know. But developing a younger quarterback and how a younger quarterback thinks and how a younger quarterback wants to have a say in the offense that they're running, the plays that they're running on a particular week, I just think that there's a bit of a disconnect there. And I think that he recognizes correctly that Bo and Davis Webb have a connection that he does not have with Bo right now. And so what's best for Bo? What's best for this football team? What's best for Sean is to pair Bo with a guy that he clearly connects with. Better than he connects with Sean.
I think all that is fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's all fair, and I think that there's part of things, when you're talking to a guy, especially if you're talking to a guy one-on-one, Stoke, as a player, coach, whatever, there are certain things that get said within that context, kind of green room stuff, right? There's the stuff you talk about in the green room. There's stuff you talk about on television. And, coaches expect you to protect them when they say something stupid or, you know what I mean? Like when you're just, off the record being dudes, to filter that stuff out. And if you don't feel like somebody protected you that way, it'll piss you off. And I think that's how Sean feels.
What was Kliss's question? How did he phrase it? What did he say?
I
want to hear that. I want to hear how he
Yes.
said it and see if he was a little bit off or if Sean's just pissed because he got asked about it and we all made a big deal about it, right? One way or the other, we made a big deal about him talking because he never talks about injuries.
Right.
He doesn't talk about injuries. And then all of a sudden and he gave us too much info, and I think he was kicking himself for that. And then he's looking for someone to be pissed off at, and it was because Mike Kliss was the one that asked Bo the first question
I think
about
in his mind, he's like, this was such a monumental injury at exactly the wrong time that he's like, all right, I'm gonna do things differently. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to come back out after the press conference that was already ended to give you that information because I want to get it out before the players find out about it. In his mind, he was trying to be proactive and open and transparent.
But this was after the season.
I know.
This wasn't the one after the game when he told everyone Bo was hurt. This was after the season when he said he was predisposed.
Maybe
that was that's what pissed Bo off.
I know, but maybe he was in his mind. He was probably trying to say, "Hey, look, there was nothing wrong with Bo. Bo's not, all of a sudden going to be
nothing wrong with the play I called.
Maybe,
too.
Yeah,
it was just one of those freak things,
right?
That there was already a little something.
There was a good chance it was going to happen, and we
Right.
got it fixed, and Bo's going to be fine.
Yeah,
but instead it became what it became.
He was trying to stick up for Bo.
I think he was.
This injury was going to happen. It wasn't anything that he could have done or did wrong or we did wrong. It was just something that happens.
In his mind, he was doing the right thing,
right,
and trying to do the right thing, and it blew up in his face. He's kind of like, "Well, wait, what did I do wrong?"
Right,
and now he's getting kind of salty.
That's where you want protection, right? That's where you're like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to do the right thing."
Right. Okay,
and then that Kliss just comes over the top.
I want to hear that question. I want to see how Kliss asked that question to Bo.
We'll dig. We'll try to find it. I don't exactly. Yeah, I don't remember
because he said it was in a like a conference call.
Yeah, it was right after. It was Bo's press conference.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was a day after Sean spoke when Bo had his press conference, and that's when he was.
We'll put Johnny Fever to work on that, getting the transcripts if we can. So. Where
is the little guy? Where's the little guy?
He's probably already working on it. He already thought about it, I would imagine.
Or he's measuring his grains and oats.
Yeah, he's measuring out his yogurt.
I have a scale that I measure out my food on right now.
You do?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm down.
What are you measuring on your scale?
Like the ounces of
what?
Of meat, of vegetables.
Of meat and Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm down.
You're following a plan.
Huh?
He's following a plan.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You like it.
Really? Your methods are working better, Stoke?
It's not about me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Mark.
Yeah.
Maybe
I need to take a page out of
might not be
I don't know, but
might not be the worst thing. You're saying you're trying to.
Listen.
Maybe you should follow his advice. maybe a new way of doing things might be the best thing. You know, like what Sean's doing with Davis Webb. Maybe you should look at think like you're Davis Webb.
Let me help you out. My main problem is not overeating. Okay, so there you go. Okay. I like beer.
Ty, tell me you got that.
That is my issue. Do I need to start weighing my beer? I don't know. Like, what, you want me to walk around with a scale? Like, can you weigh this beer?
I'll give you a beaker.
Wait a minute.
Can somebody from a science class give us a beaker that Stoke can walk around with?
Stoke is like, he likes beer, and then we got the Coke quote.
Right.
Too much Coke and beer.
Too much Coke and beer.
That's the issue. You think one would balance out the other, though.
It doesn't. It doesn't. They're not good for each
Stoke
other.
loves his vices, apparently. He loves his vices. We will get into some more what came out.
I want to hear the rest of these.
Yeah, because there was George Payton talking about the linebacker room. George Payton talking about R.J. Harvey in a way that has some people worried. We'll get to that next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at denversports.com/superfan. That's denversports.com/superfan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Mountain High Appliance. Well, President's Day savings happen across all Mountain High Appliance showrooms. Today's the last day, guys. You can get great options. Whether you're trying to replace an appliance or you want a full kitchen remodel, they've got you covered, guys. Dishwashers starting at $359. Stainless steel kitchen package starting at $1,999. How about this? You can save up to $4,200 on select KitchenAid appliance packages. I'm telling you what, guys, you're not going to get a better deal elsewhere. They've got that price match guarantee. Their delivery and installation team is flat out awesome. And everyone who works for them, more than just employees, they're experts on appliances, making sure that you get exactly what you need, what's right for you and your family, guys. And with 250 live appliances in their showrooms, you can actually test them out before you buy them. Guys, it doesn't get easier than that. Visit Mountain High Appliance, a showroom today in Littleton or Louisville, or their clearance center right there in Denver. You can visit them 24/7 at mountainhighappliance.com. That's mountainhighappliance.com.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at amazonbusiness.com.
Save $10 on a pair of Rain-X Latitude wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Our professional parts people will even install them for free.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Sex, intimacy, love. These three things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
The AutoNation Flash Sale is on for 1 week only. Drive with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. Don't wait. Save on thousands of new cars and trucks. All your favorite makes and models. 0 down plus 0 payments till June. We'll even buy your car and pay you top dollar on the spot. Don't miss this limited time event. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation.
Appraisal subject to verification. 60-month max term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 2/28/26.
Follow us on X at DEN Sports 1043 for up-to-the-minute information and opinions on all things Denver sports. Also, we can still call it Twitter, right? Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Passive aggression.
Oh, Mark. Sweet, naive, childlike Mark.
Culinary techniques.
So you got the crawfish, you got the tail, you pinch, twist, and some people like to slurp it. You're a slurper.
And backhanded apologies.
You know what? I would like to officially apologize to you, Mike. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb. You're skinny. I'm fat.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Good morning. Halfway through here on a Wednesday, hump day. Thanks to Richie Carney sitting in yesterday. Took care of some business. Good to be back. Missed you guys.
Good to have.
Missed you.
Good to have you back.
Missed all of you out there. So, yeah, good.
Did you get anything done yesterday? I know you had some things.
Busy morning, but then
but the afternoon you had, I mean, it was so nice out yesterday, like getting things done. I actually walked to the grocery store.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I walked to the grocery store, picked up some broccoli. I needed more broccoli.
Wow.
A couple of little fillet steaks.
Just walked?
Ones.
Like, did anybody, pull over? Need help, fella?
No, I was walking, but I cut through the back of my neighborhood, and there's a grade school right there. And I'm walking by the grade school, and all the kids are out there playing. And then I started thinking,
here we go.
Is that
your daughter?
Yeah, right. I started thinking. I cut across the field there, so I wasn't I wasn't by because there were some moms and stuff out there. It was right after school had let out. They're playing on the playground, and I was like, I'm not gonna walk right through the playground because then people are gonna be like, hey, call the cops. There's like some Jack Reacher creepers out there, right? Some big old thug. So, I cut across. Yeah,
Mark stops, kind of leans up against the fence.
Oh, hey, can I play with you kids? Because
I like soccer.
Yeah, because me, I like taking my grandkids up there and climbing on the equipment with them, and I'm like, hey, climb on the equipment, and then some mom, calls up the authorities, and next thing you know, I'm in the back of a police car.
Police station's right there too. Yeah. It's right there.
Lot to get to. From yesterday at the Combine, Sean Payton, George Payton talking. The big news is that Sean Payton is giving up the play calling to Davis Webb, and this is going to be fascinating to watch because Davis Webb Davis Webb has his legend has grown to a point where in a lot of NFL towns the backup quarterback is the most popular guy in town. In this case, Davis Webb is the most popular guy in town because of what he, I guess, can be, his potential, and his talent, and his rising star. And I'm curious to see just how much of an impact this guy makes. I'm curious to see if all the hype is real.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna find out, and it's exciting. And again, I think go back to your point that you made earlier. I think it's more about the connection he has with Bo Nix and the feel those two have together. And you want to put your quarterback in the best position to continue to grow and have great success and become that next guy that it's a privilege to be able to say, hey man, 5 years, $300 million, and because you've earned it, and we're going that direction, and we have that much faith in you. Like, that's a great thing. And then, you've seen it with Patrick Mahomes, how they renegotiate, push it down. Like, that's a great problem to have, because then you've solved the quarterback conundrum.
Yeah, I mean, how does Davis Webb view running an offense? I think that's the thing that I'm interested in seeing. How different is it going to look from how Sean called an offense, right? It's going to be the same offense, same stuff, but how does he view it? How does he call it? And also, got to be careful here when you talk about, and we've talked a lot about it today, obviously, their relationship, Bo and Davis Webb. And, it's not always the best thing to have a buddy-buddy relationship with your player, and you're calling the plays. Sometimes it's good to have that type of relationship like Sean and Bo have. Like, no, you're dude, this is my offense. Like, you're still the player here. I'm calling it, right? You don't know everything, pal. I've been doing this for 40 years, right? So I think there's an aspect of that we're kind of overlooking here that could be an issue at a certain point, right? How close those two are. It's not always like this great positive, right? If things aren't going well, and, at a certain point you got to say, no, Bo. Can Davis Webb say, no, Bo? This is how we're running it. This is what we're going to do. Not like that's going to be an issue, but I think if anything ever comes up at a certain point, you're the coach, right? You're the one ultimately that's in charge of this offense. So, but I don't think there's going to be a big issue there. But it's something that I think that if things, we saw Bo last year, or the last couple of years with Sean. He's not afraid to voice his displeasure if things are going not the way that he wants them to go. So what does that look like if it's Davis Webb now?
Yeah, there's a fine line in that coach-player relationship where you have to have enough respect for one another to work together, but there also has to be the ability to have, substantial arguments about how we're going to do things. And that's a fine line, and some of the coaches that are all buddy-buddy relationship with their guys have a tough time getting in somebody's backside, and that's got to be part of it. That's part of the deal as well. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, that's going to be a growth process from a play-calling standpoint, from a managing your player standpoint. Like, that's going to be a growth process as well. The other thing is, if you're the OC, does that relationship change a little bit? In that, how much time do you actually spend with the rest of the offense versus just with Bo? Like there's going to be a feeling out process there as well. So there's a lot of different moving parts to this.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun to see what it looks like. What do we have? Less bubble screens, less screens.
Oh, if the first thing Davis Webb comes out and says, or not says, but shows, is that the ball's going down the field, then right away, this is a positive.
First play of the 2026 season, bubble screen.
Or a jet sweep, which one?
Yeah.
I mean,
dump it off to Mims.
We'll see.
Right back on track.
We'll see. He'll be doing it for the first time. There's nothing out there.
Nope.
And that's why it does not need to be. This does not need to be. Well, he needs a lot of time to figure this out and because there's actually going to be a built-in advantage right away, in that there'll be no tape on you. I mean,
right.
This is a blank canvas in some respects, and so if you're getting ready, so those first four opponents for the Broncos next season, when the schedule comes out, are going to be looking at playing the Broncos. Are going like,
Yeah, what are his tendencies?
What are his tendencies?
Yeah.
How does he call a game? What's this offense going to look like? So there's going to be the element of newness and surprise that should give Davis Webb a chance to excel and this offense to make a leap right from the jump.
I got a question. What happens if it doesn't go well? How long? How long? What happens if this doesn't go?
First 4 games of the season.
Really that quick?
I'm saying first 4 games of the season, it doesn't go well. At what point does everybody go, we need Sean back?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, how long does Davis Webb have? What's the leeway, the leash on Davis Webb? Because this is you're right, Mike, this is the backup quarterback. We all like, oh, Davis Webb, this new guy. Like, yes, he's going to be great, young guy. What happens if this offense regresses and Bo regresses? Now what, Mike?
Well, you look at Detroit, I think, as a model. Ben Johnson left. Johnny Morton, who's back here, but Johnny Morton got hired as the offensive coordinator. It was his offense. 8 games in, Dan Campbell said, I don't like what I'm seeing. Pulled the plug.
And then
Morton
the offense
got fired.
actually dropped.
It actually dropped.
Dropped in points per game, yardage per game, everything.
But to your question,
yeah.
How
long?
I would think you got 6 games.
That's it?
I think you got 6 to 8 games to show that this offense has made and your quarterback has made the leap.
That's it. But no, I'm not arguing with you.
And I'm not. And I guess I would ask, how long do you want to wait? This is you are in a Super Bowl window,
right?
Okay, you are a year away from deciding whether or not you want to give your quarterback $300 million. I mean, this is a crucial year. You do not have a long runway just to wait to see if this guy is the right guy or not.
Yeah, we're not giving him $300 after this year. We're not after this year. No.
What do you mean? This is when quarterbacks get paid.
No,
going into their 4th year is when you.
No, we're not going to do that. That's.
So what are you going to do with Bo?
What do you mean? We got a 5th-year option on him, Mike. You know that, right?
Okay, you understand that if a team goes to the 5th-year option with a quarterback that they've drafted,
he's only going into year 3. You can wait until going into year 4.
When do you have to declare the 5th-year option?
You have to declare 5th-year option next year, I think.
After the
3rd year.
After year 3.
The 3rd year. Yeah.
That's what this is.
Right.
So you're a year away from deciding whether or not you're going to
pick up the 5th-year option. Now you have 2 years to kind of figure out what you want to do. But I'm just saying you don't have to pay the guy.
No, but Stoke, the way it is now with the way the game is played, that if you go to the 5th-year option with your quarterback, you've basically decided he isn't the guy long term
because of the implication.
You can do it after you can pay him after the 4th year if you want to,
but you have to decide whether or not you're going to pick up the 5th-year option.
If you're picking it up, Mike. You're picking it up.
Really?
It's simple.
If you pick up, how many quarterbacks have had their 5th-year option picked up?
It doesn't mean they have to. I don't know. Go look.
How
it doesn't mean they have. It doesn't.
How many guys have renegotiated and signed a new deal in their 4th year after the 5th-year option had been picked up?
I don't think many. I don't think many at all.
You can do that on your kitchen counter today and get back to us tomorrow.
Okay.
There's a lot of different ways to handle it. I'm just saying you don't have to pay Bo Nix after his 3rd year.
No, you don't.
That's all I'm saying.
No, you don't. You can.
Can you? Yes, you can, but you don't have to.
You can play it. You can pick up the 5th-year option and say we're gonna play the full 5 years out. I'm just telling you.
No, you don't have to play the 4. You can still pay him after his 4th year is what I'm telling you. You have a lot of years left still to decide to pay him. The Broncos have a lot of leverage here is all I'm saying. You don't have to pay him after the 3rd year if you don't want to. Now, if you want to get out ahead of it, which they've done a lot of, then that's fine. I want to get back to this Davis Webb, though. I want to get back to Davis Webb.
It's a huge year for Bo and this offense. And
for this team.
You want to build on what they did this year. I'm telling you that Davis Webb has 6 to 8 weeks to show that he's the real deal.
But I know that's crazy.
Do you disagree with that, though?
No,
okay.
I'm not. But I'm just saying that's crazy to think because this guy's never done it before. So what happens when you've never done something before?
You don't get good at it until you've done it a bunch.
Usually you might have some struggles.
Yeah.
I hope he does. I hope he looks like, baby Ben Johnson. I don't know. I mean, look, but there might be some struggles there as a first-time offensive coordinator.
But for all the people,
and how long do you give him to try to work through this before Sean Payton says, Enough.
You
I've
had
had
people,
it.
but you had people calling for Davis Webb to take over in the middle of last year.
Right.
You were not calling for that with the idea that in the middle of a season that's going really, really well, that you're now going to sign up for, all right, we're switching it over to Davis Webb, and now we're going to pump the brakes, and we're going to give this guy time to figure it out. There's no way you would have expected that last year, so why would you expect it for this year? There's too much at stake here to say that he has a year to figure this out.
I agree with you.
He's got to figure it out fast.
I agree with you.
And he has the benefit of surprise at the start of the season that nobody knows what he does.
You also have the benefit of a guy who's called plays in this league for 30 years or whatever it is. So you've got that support system in your head coach. So,
but is that a good thing? Is that a good thing to have the guy that is called
looking
plays?
over your shoulder?
Yes, right. The guy that's like, what do you call it? Huh? Wait, what? Oh.
Why'd you call that here?
Yeah. Wait, why'd we do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's not a great thing to have the guy that has been calling plays, that has done it at the highest levels, looking over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think that's a positive. I think it could be a huge negative.
Well, as long as you have an answer, it's like, this is why I did it, and this is.
Yeah, but if it doesn't work, your answer's not good.
Right.
Like, even
if it doesn't
this
work,
is
then
why
your
I did
coach-
it, but
right.
Hey, I wouldn't have called that. I want to know this. What team has gotten to the AFC Championship game, been the number 1 seed, and changed play callers the following year? Mike, you can do that homework at your table today. Kitchen counter. Like what? So
right, unless
like,
your offensive coordinator like Josh McDaniels gets hired and walks away, and so
with the previous offensive coordinator still on the staff. So Sean Payton's the previous still on the staff. So expectations are sky high. You were just in the AFC Championship game, and now you're switching play calls to a guy that's never called plays before. Like you said, Mike, I mean, it's not like we're 6-11. I mean, this is a win-now football team. Let's get to the Super Bowl football team, and we're going with a brand-new, raw guy that's never called plays before and throwing him with our young quarterback saying, all right,
But the whole NFL world's telling me this guy's a rising star. That if the Broncos,
how do they know?
That if the Broncos hadn't brought him back, he was going to be not only an offensive coordinator somewhere this year, he might even have been a head coach somewhere. Okay, so if this guy is as much of a rising star,
how does anyone know that? Though?
Well,
like, you know why he's a rising star? Because he's around a young quarterback and he's on a team that's had success and he's with Sean Payton. But what has he done? He hasn't even played. That's like saying a guy's this guy's a rising star on the football field and he's never played.
That doesn't
just because he's around.
You're right.
Just because he's around. Guys like Brandon Stokley.
There is risk.
And then all of a sudden, I've rubbed off on him. So you think that
you're acknowledging the risk? What I'm saying is,
y'all didn't even laugh at my joke.
No, we're in a serious discussion here. Okay, let the adults
how,
talk.
How many rising stars? Zach Taylor was a rising star. Now they did have some success early, right, with Zach Taylor in Cincinnati. Brian Callahan was a rising star offensively.
Mm-hmm.
Like that guy was going crazy. Hey, Mike McDaniel. But now there's plenty of guys that Sean McVay. It's like the draft. It's like a 50-50 crapshoot, right? All these guys that are offensive rising stars that get their opportunities. And a local kid here, Zach Robinson, who was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons this year. Rising star, offensive coordinator, it falls apart.
Every year it changes.
So there's going to be guys that get the opportunity that like absolutely shoot off like a star, and there's going to be guys that crumble.
Well, we need him to be McVay.
Well, yeah, but
we need him to be more McVay than McDaniel.
He's a rising star because you know what? He hasn't even done it, so we don't know if he's terrible or great at it. And he's a young guy, and everyone's looking for the next best thing. So that's why he's a rising star. And he's on a team that's had a lot of success around a young quarterback. So he was a quarterback coach. You got to give him credit for that. But now all of a sudden, this is a different world.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going from doing nothing to like you're calling everything.
Mm-hmm.
How do you adjust? What are your adjustments like? Do you have? I mean, some people just have it, and you don't know until you get put in that situation,
Right,
whether
right.
a guy like him has it or not. It's just like playing football. Like, anyone can do it in practice, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Pat Shurmur was.
Can you do it when it matters the most, when the lights are on? And the same thing for a coach.
Yeah, Pat Shurmur had some great games. He called some great. Remember that game against Miami where the Broncos had like 200 yards rushing? Great, but he also had some stinkers.
Yeah.
You know, and part of it is, and I always say this, man, it's the difference between calling an offense and calling plays. You can have success in a game or two where you just call plays and they just work. But what happens when those plays aren't working? How do you adjust? How do you set? How do you set something up? You know, hey man, here's a 100%er. When we cross the 50, they're going to be in this defense. But you got to get there, right? And you got to have that plan. You got to understand, hey, I saw this look in the first quarter. I'm going to attack them in the second quarter, and this is going to be a surefire touchdown when we get into this position on the field. Like, you've got to be able to think that way. Think 2 quarters ahead.
Sure.
And there are guys that just do that naturally, and there's guys that just don't do
exactly.
it well at all.
And we're going to find out. But I'm just saying that, you know, with all the hype that surrounds this guy, there's no all of a sudden, all right, let's be patient and let's give him. He's got to be able to deliver right away.
Yeah.
And that's
but that was my question. That's why I asked the question, is because if he doesn't, you know, again, this isn't a team that, hey, we're developing and we're trying to take the next step. This isn't that situation where you just say, hey, you have the whole year, work yourself through a little slump here, some bad play calling or whatever the case may be. That's not this team.
Right.
That's not the here and the now for the Denver Broncos. 5 years ago, that's fine. But right now, I mean, you got to hit the ground running.
Right.
And, you know, Sean Payton, I mean, he's not going to have the patience to watch this guy, you know, struggle. He'll take but that's why I asked how long. Is it 4 weeks? Is it 6 weeks? You know, how long would you give a guy like Davis
Let's put numbers
Webb?
on it. Let's put numbers on it. This was an offense that scored 23.6 points per game this year. All right? So let's round it up. They scored 24 points per game. To me, this offense has to be up around 27 points per game by week 6 to feel like, okay, this guy's really making a difference. There has to be improvement, right?
Well, it's not just points, Mike. That's what you got to – it's not points. How is Bo performing? That's important here. How is Bo playing? How is he performing? You know, is he look comfortable in the pocket? Is he going through the right reads? Are there guys open? And the other thing here is, too, are you winning? Because if you're winning, now you can be patient. If you're losing and Bo's struggling, now I don't care how many points you're scoring.
Yeah,
I get all that, but come on, Stink. You're not gonna say, wow, it is just obvious that Bo has made the jump and this offense just looks so much better, and they're still scoring 23 points per game. Well, come on now.
No,
at some point, the numbers will match what we're seeing.
Okay,
or
well,
have to match.
I would argue this with you: are you possessing the ball more early? Are you avoiding 3 and outs? Like, are you doing those things to take the pressure off your defense so it doesn't start leaking oil after week 10 or 11? Like, even if you're only scoring 23, but you're taking your time getting there, and it's not 11 points in the fourth quarter on a 2-minute two 2-minute drives where you're possessing it and you're still scoring 23, but it's a different way of scoring that's more complementary to your defense. Then that's a plus.
Yeah, and
that would be a plus.
Right,
So
if the eye test tells you that, okay,
nuance. There's different nuance.
There really is, and so every game takes a life of its own. I mean, sometimes you need to score 30, but sometimes you're going to grind out a 20-10 victory.
Yeah,
and be thrilled with it and love how you did it. You know, you converted some third downs. You're running the ball. You're grinding the clock out. Your defense is playing great, and you're going to take a 20-10 win, and that's fine. So. That's why I know what you're saying, Mike, but I don't want to just put a number on it and say they don't get to 27.
Right, it's a little JV.
A little bit. I didn't want to say it because he had the day off yesterday, and you know, and
he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, and he's been a little bit rusty today, so I wanted to pat him on the back a little bit and try to
lift him up.
Yeah, lift him up a little bit.
Kind of like what Sean did with Davis Webb.
That's right.
You're kind of Sean in this.
I'm the Sean here. I'm the Sean Payton.
I'm just looking at some of the other teams out there that scored 23 this year.
Well, what did you say we scored last year, Mike?
23.6.
Okay, so
Houston.
He's mad.
They were playing.
Cincinnati.
Mark, he's
Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I don't know. Tampa Bay.
Pittsburgh.
Tampa Bay's pretty good offense, right? No?
Yeah.
They got some weapons. They got you. They got you.
Not anymore.
No, it's over.
I'm shopping my services elsewhere.
It's over. It's over.
Man.
Anyway, all right.
Well,
I can see
it's going to be fun.
I can see we're already moving the goalposts for Davis Webb. Well, listen, a lot of it will come down how it looks. Look, he's got 6 to 8 weeks to show he's the real deal.
If he doesn't
6 to
score,
8 weeks.
if their offense doesn't score 27
All right.
over 24,
However
then Mike is going to fire him.
Guys,
Mike will fire right here.
If he scores 25, and they're 5-1, he's gone.
He's gone.
Okay, what?
Not enough of an improvement.
What timetable are you putting on it?
I think that if it doesn't
look numbers, whatever,
right? If
whatever
it
your
doesn't look,
criteria
after
is.
4 weeks, if it doesn't look good,
4,
then
I'm the.
That's all you're giving him?
I'm the irrational one?
No, you didn't let me finish.
Okay.
If it doesn't look good after 4 weeks, then I think Sean becomes more involved in it. If it's not fixed by week 8.
Wait,
then,
how do you he's already going to be pretty involved. I mean, he told us that,
I
right?
understand that, but
what
I'm
does
saying,
more
hey man,
involved mean?
let me take this series, or hey, let me take the red
He's going to
zone.
start taking series.
Yeah.
Well, now you've
Wow.
already
Right.
acknowledged
Now
that he's not the guy.
Then you just got to.
Well, I'm just telling. Well, it's okay for Andy Reid to do it, right? But it's not okay for Sean to do it. Is that what you're saying?
No, but Andy's been the main play caller there. He hasn't given that up.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, like.
Wow.
I
said 6 to 8
said
weeks.
The stupidest thing ever.
That was pretty stupid, Mark.
I mean,
No,
I don't want to accuse him of a JV take, but I'm willing to go 6 to 8 weeks before I start.
That was a freshman
I
take.
said after 4 weeks, you're going to start evaluate. No, you don't think so?
Well, there's a difference between evaluating and saying, all right, I'm going to start taking away some of your privileges, and now I'm going to take it back.
Well, I said
what you do that the first
What
step.
I just say was he was going to get more involved.
Just when I thought that we were on the same page, Mark. I mean, you just can't.
All right, how long for you, Stoke?
6 weeks. That's what you got. 6 weeks.
Ooh,
6 weeks.
2 more weeks.
But I'm not going 4 weeks and then we're going to evaluate him and then I might start calling the red zone for a game. I mean,
you just said how would it change? I don't know.
I might become more involved.
Yeah.
Are you what is he doing? Is he not involved at all?
He's completely involved from a play calling standpoint, taking some stuff away.
Just so disappointed.
Or putting more emphasis on it from him.
Just very disappointed.
Stoke, I think you agree with me. These last 5 minutes, I think the only advice is...
But take that L on the way out.
Yeah.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Well,
I award you no points, and may God have mercy.
Well, wait a minute. You're getting all over me for talking about points and how much they have to be averaging, and I'm like, after 6 or 8 weeks.
If they're struggling after 4 weeks, you don't think anything gets talked about. But at 6 weeks, now we got to put the hammer down.
I said 6 to 8. I said 6 to 8.
How stupid! Now it's 6 to 8.
That's what I said from the start.
So the first 4 weeks, you won't pay any
Mommy
attention
and Daddy
to it.
Fighting. This is great.
If you won't pay any attention to it after 4 weeks, you're not like, nope, we're fine. But at 6 weeks, now it's time to change.
Okay. You keep acting this way, I may have to withhold my podcast.
Be careful.
Okay?
Be careful.
All right?
I think both of you should take the L on the way.
Oh, okay.
Can I hear some audio next?
I want to hear about George Payton.
I do too.
I haven't heard any of that.
Well, this was fun. But we will get to George Payton, who did raise some eyebrows with what he had to say about a particular player and position. That's next.
By trading away Sam Girard, are the Avalanche preparing to make another big move at the deadline?
Look, we got to figure out what he's going to do on the ice, but I think this is a smart move. You're getting out of a contract. You're getting out of a player that's a little bit of a liability when the postseason comes because of that size on the back end. You're getting a little bigger, and you're getting freed up money at the end of the season. I think this is a really good first move from Chris.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Cudarelli Vision. A live webinar today starts at noon. Don't miss it. Hey, listen, here's my story. I wore glasses as a kid, had LASIK surgery when I played for the Broncos. That was awesome. But then when I hit my mid-50s, I started needing readers for everything. Going out to dinner, looking at menus, studying film, getting prepared for games. Then I saw Dr. Cudarelli had refractive lens exchange, total game changer. Guys, don't need those glasses anymore. You can join Dr. Cutarelli for that live webinar. Starts at noon today. You can learn more about refractive lens exchange from Cutarelli Vision. It's the perfect opportunity to meet Dr. Cutarelli and have him answer all your questions about RLE. How long is the procedure? What's the recovery time like? What's the cost? Is there financing? He'll answer it all for you guys. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures, and he can tell you when it's the right time for you. Guys, no readers, no glasses, no contacts, no cataracts. Join the free webinar today at noon at ColoradoRLE.com. That's ColoradoRLE.com.
Jackson Hewitt handles your taxes and your stress. Inhale our no surprise price of $149 or less. Exhale, paying more for complicated taxes. You won't. Inhale, new tax law knowledge. Exhale, missing out on your biggest refund? Certainly not. Don't miss paying $149 or less. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
President's Day means all 2025s need to go at Ziltahar Motors. This month, get up to $10,000 off or 0% financing for 72 months on all remaining 2025 Ford F-150s. Search all available 2025 inventory and pricing at sthmotors.com and get an instant quote for top value for your trade-in. Ziltahar Motors is Colorado's most trusted dealer for over 66 years. No cutting corners, no corporate games, just real deals from real people. $10,000 off your next F-150 at Ziltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Hello, Colorado. It's David Szymanski with U.S. Mortgages, and we're celebrating 30 years. Make 2026 your best year ever. Eliminate all your high-interest debts, saving you $500 to $1,000 or more every month. Worried about approval? We have recently expanded our guidelines to help even more people qualify. If you've been told no, we can help say yes with bank statement loans, asset-based loans, non-traditional credit, debt to incomes over 50%, loan to values up to 95% and more. At U.S. Mortgages, you don't need perfect credit either. We help down to a 580 score and even lower case by case. Call now to get a no-risk, no-obligation quote from a BBB A+ rated lender and also get our exclusive lowest rate for life. Our number says it all, 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. Equal housing lender. License 392126.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. For 50-80 exteriors, Colorado homes face more risk than ever from intense weather, including wildfire exposure. 50-80 exteriors prioritizes fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance exterior upgrades with reliable quality installations. Protect your home with James Hardy siding, TimberTech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows, all designed to stand up to heat, weather, and time. They also offer 60 months no-interest financing. 50-80 exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Self-defense lessons.
I tased them.
Taste them. Taser always works.
That's right.
Southern charm.
Look at the boys.
With some classic impressions.
He put his pitchfork down and he grabbed his sledgehammer and he said, "Hey, you want some of this?"
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
We're back.
We are back. So there was more to come out of the press conferences yesterday than just simply all Davis Webb. So let's get into some of that. George Payton was talking about R.J. Harvey. He was asked about R.J. Harvey. And the question was, do you view R.J. Harvey as a 3-down back? Your lead back? Your guy?
We do. I mean, he's still a pet cat. I thought he had a really good year for a rookie and everything that was thrown to him. And then, Dobbins gets hurt and he comes in and he can just do, He's dynamic with the ball in the hands, and you saw it at all stages during the season. Big games, Jacksonville, Buffalo playoff. Just him with the ball in the hands, his route running ability. I thought he improved first and second down. The game slowed down for him as the season went on. Couldn't be more happy about RJ.
That answer has freaked some people out because everybody wants a running back. Everybody wants them to remake this running back room. Everybody wants them to go after this deep free agent pool of running backs, and that answer has some people freaked out that they don't feel the same way. How do you respond to that answer?
You never know this time of year whether to believe them or not, right? When it comes to the draft, free agency, your own guys. I think he really does like RJ Harvey. Obviously, he did have a good rookie year, right? He did. So we're acting like, or some people are acting like he was terrible. He wasn't terrible. The game did look like it slowed down for him, didn't it? It looked like he was more comfortable later in the season than he was at the beginning of the season. I just think that we need another plan here. I don't want to put all our eggs into the RJ Harvey basket here and say, okay, I think we need to have another guy, a good complement to him.
Sure.
So to me, it sounds like, and I believe him, Mark, it sounds like RJ Harvey's going to be the starter. Now, maybe they'll draft a guy also, but it sounds like Harvey is going to be the guy. And I don't think that.
So they're going to sign any of these guys.
I don't think that running back's high. Now, maybe they will. I don't know. Tell me a fourth or fifth tier type of running back that's available. Like
Brian Robinson Jr.
Yeah, maybe someone like that, Mike. But it doesn't seem like it's as high on their to-do list as it is for someone like me.
Well, I think there's a couple of things. You can say, I think he's a 3-down back. You can say that he had a really good rookie year. I think he did. You can say that he's really dynamic with the ball in his hands because he is, especially in the passing game. All those things, you can say all those things. He said he improved on first and second down, which means he's not necessarily a full-time first and second down back. He's more of a third down back. When I hear him say, hey, dynamic with the ball in the hand, caught the ball out of the backfield, well, all those things. So I still think there's room to go after a running back like a Rico Dowdle, like somebody else to be that first and second down back, and then you mix him in there. If it was that good, then you probably wouldn't have been rotating Jaleel McLaughlin and Bidet in there as much as you did.
Do you want to hear what Sean had to say about the running back specifically before we carry this conversation any deeper?
No, just 1 second.
Okay.
I believed everything he said. To me, he said 3 down back. That's what he said. That's first, second, third down. Like this, that's the way he views him, and I believe him. I'm buying what he's telling me and what he's telling me.
I believe that he really liked him. I believe that he really thought he had a good rookie season. I believe there's still a lot of work to do.
I agree with you there, but I just think they're going to go into the season and they're going into the offseason with this guy as their starter.
Here's what Sean had to say.
Well, if we look at our roster and we start doing the musts, you would say you have to take the free agents out of the equation, and so running back would have to be one. Linebacker, there's 2 of them. So when we go through that exercise, I think you have to remove the magnets so I would say when you do that, you look at the roster differently, you look at tight end differently, so those are positions certainly that would stand out.
Now remember last year when he came out right at the beginning of the offseason and said, we got to be stronger up the middle on defense. And then he immediately went out and did that. They signed Hufanga. They signed Greenlaw. The fact that he, is talking about running back, linebacker, tight end.
But he was just – that's why I was trying to understand where he was going there. But he was talking about his free agents, right? Like we have free agents that are going to be tight ends, Troutman, and then obviously inside linebacker, Stenad, Singleton, and so –
Dobbins.
And then the running back room, Dobbins, right.
So he's saying you got to take those guys out of the equation. What are you going to bring in?
Let's go at it this way. Here we go.
Look, I would say this: it's the same every year. You want to make sure You're looking closely at your offensive line. I mentioned the running back position. I'm not going to get into detail with what we're looking to do basically in the offseason with these positions. We're always trying to improve our team. We've invested, and we've seen good growth at receiver with the guys we've drafted. 3 of these guys, Troy, Marvin, as well as Pat. So we'll keep going.
Yeah, I don't know how much George Payton was telling the truth here. I mean, this is the time of year, right? If their lips are moving, they're lying. I don't think that they view R.J. Harvey right now as we're set. That's our guy.
I don't think so either. I think they still go after a free agent run back. Now, they may say, hey, man, it's open competition in camp, but I still think they get a free agent running back.
What tier? Like, I mean, to me,
like your Dowdle,
yeah,
or like think, my Algier. Like, I think those are the type of guys they'll go after.
I don't think they're going to set the market.
Correct.
With the free agent running back, like Breece Hall, it looks like, unfortunately, is going to be.
So who are the top guys? Give me the top running backs that will be available.
Assuming
right
Hall
now.
isn't involved now.
Yeah, he's out. Let's say he's out.
ATN, Algier.
Who else is available? What?
Dowdle.
Top free agent.
Oh goodness! What are we doing? Seriously.
No.
Seriously. I mean,
what do you mean?
There's a thing called
struggling. Kenneth Walker.
Yes. Walker.
Oh, see, look at. Oh, now I'm okay, right?
No, good job, Mark. Good job.
Okay.
You brought up one running back.
Najee Harris, Nick Chubb,
no,
J.K.
seriously.
Dobbins.
Okay, stop. Now you're failing. You're failing. Stop.
I'm just
Mark.
giving you the list that I got.
I'd say your top tier is in no particular order: Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne, Tyler Algier.
Okay,
and then maybe your next level is
Dowdle. Dowdle
Rico
would be
Dowdle.
In there.
You put Dowdle. Okay, if you want to put
1,000-yard running back.
Okay,
2 years in a row.
Fine.
Come
Okay,
on,
put
Mike.
Dowdle. Okay, Dowdle. All right, Dowdle, Algier, Walker, ATN. There's your 4. Do you think they go after one of those 4?
No.
No.
Yes, I don't.
Yeah, I think they go after Algier or Dowdle.
I don't think they do. I think they go after more of a Brian Robinson Jr., a guy that knows his role, that will be a good complement, big physical running back. That would be a good complement.
He'd be a great first and second down running back
to their starter, and their starter is R.J. Harvey. They're not. I don't see them going after one of those guys, because if they go after one of those guys, now that guy's got to be the starter, right? I mean, if you pay Dowdle to come in here, he doesn't want to come in here. Wait, I'm just going to be the backup? No, I want a chance to start.
Maybe you bring back J.K. Dobbins.
That's a possibility.
But you're out on him.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have a Brian Robinson Jr. just because J.K. Dobbins can't stay healthy. I mean, that's the only negative. Other than that, he's great. I mean, when he's on the field and healthy.
See, Mike and I are on the same page. I think they're going to get a free agent running back, and that guy is going to be the first and second down guy. Kind of like it was this year with J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey.
I'm just not going to put a whole lot of stock in what George Payton said. And I'm not accusing George Payton of being a liar. I'm not accusing George Payton of anything
this is what they do.
Other than
right.
playing the game that's played
There's
right now.
nothing wrong with that.
I think he was completely honest. I think he thinks that eventually R.J. Harvey can be a 3-down back. I just don't think he thinks he's a 3-down back right now.
I think they're going to get a second-tier guy, and they might draft one, third, fourth, fifth round, something like that.
You're telling people lower your expectations when it comes to running backs.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hey, calling all you wrestling super fans out there, we want to send you off to Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. If you're a wrestling fan, I assume you've already signed up. If you're kind of like, I don't know if I'm not that big of a wrestling fan, well, go to this event. You'll become one. You're going to get a pair of 2-night tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. This is all presented, the Superfan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040. To get signed up, head to denversports.com/superfan. There are other things going on. Big trade by the Avalanche yesterday. They return to action. Nuggets in action. We'll preview that next.
Do the title hopes of the Denver Nuggets rest on one singular player?
I think it's pretty simple. They won't because Aaron Gordon isn't healthy. They will because Aaron Gordon is healthy.
I agree with you, 100%.
That's your stopper. That's your guy that is your matchup guy on the defensive end of the court. For me, it comes down to Aaron Gordon.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, let me ask you a question. Are you looking for the best deal on TRT? Don't pay hundreds of dollars out of pocket for one of the franchises or one-size-fits-all dose from your doctor just because they take your insurance. At Synergenics and Low T Center, you can get powerful TRT dosed for your body and get it covered by insurance. Synergenics and Low T Center work with insurance plans and customize each dose of TRT to maximize the effectiveness and safety. So if you're feeling tired, grumpy, lacking motivation and drive, go see my friends at the Low T Center. And for the month of February, they're offering free testosterone tests and discounted peptides and GLP-1s to get your life back on track as soon as possible. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Like I said, if you're feeling tired or grumpy, you're just lacking that motivation, it's probably a lack of testosterone in your system. Go see the experts at Synergenics and Low T Center. To book an appointment online, go to Synergenics.com or LowTCenter.com. That's Synergenics.com, LowTCenter.com. You're going to be glad you did.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renter's Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Jackson Hewitt handles your taxes and your stress. Inhale our no surprise price of $149 or less. Exhale, paying more for complicated taxes. You won't. Inhale new tax law knowledge. Exhale, missing out on your biggest refund? Certainly not. Don't miss paying $149 or less. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Free barbecue. Yep. Absolutely free barbecue. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs, the barbecue lawyer at 303 Law 4040. It's 2026, and we are taking our free meal program to the next level, and I want you to help spread the word with me if you can. I got a brand new smoker, and this thing's a beast. It's over 6 feet tall, so we can cook that 1,000 pounds of free barbecue each and every month. Here's what you do. It's Eastern Hills Community Church, 4 to 6 p.m. every first and third Thursday. I'm smoking up delicious pulled pork or my addictive copycat Chipotle recipe, and we're serving it up for free. You just get in line, you pop the trunk, we put free groceries in your trunk, and then we ask you how many meals you need for the night. It's that simple, no questions asked. It's at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Help us spread the word, and if you have any questions, you can always call me. The barbecue lawyer's number is 303 Law 4040.
IRS notices piling up already this year? Now's the best time to take control before penalties snowball. Advanced Tax Solutions has helped thousands resolve IRS problems fast. Get ahead of an IRS problem by talking to the team I trust at Advanced Tax Solutions now.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
This February, save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Stream Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Double crossing, you little punk.
Can't believe you did that.
Unbreakable trust.
See, I'm not like you. You just let me drown. You just let me drown. You do nothing.
And of course, emotional maturity.
Maybe a little bit angry.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Busy day. Focusing on the big story. It is the big story. Sean Payton giving up his play calling, his offense
To Davis Webb, a highly thought of rising star who's never done it. So there's a ton of potential. I guess a lot of reward. But as Stoke will tell you, as a big risk-reward guy, there's some risk there too.
Absolutely.
Some risk there too.
Yeah. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see how he views calling an offense and what it looks like with Bo. And, will we see more run? Will we see more RPO? Will we see more boot game? Keepers getting them out of the pocket. How he views it. I mean, the offense isn't going to change, right? It's going to be the offense. But how does he call the offense? That will be different.
More bubble screens. Are there more bubble screens? I'm with Stoke, and we're on the same page with this, is let's become experts. Stoke and I both played in offenses, different offenses, but offenses that said this is what we are, this is what we do, and we're just going to out-execute you. And that, to me, comes with simplification. Simplification from formational standpoint, simplification from motion standpoint, just simplification. And so it'll be interesting to see if Davis Webb feels that way about, hey, man, let's simple it down for our quarterback. Let's give him maybe less verbiage, maybe pare down the amount of, kill it packages or can it packages, and kind of run some standard plays, and let's become experts at them.
So we've got that to respond to. We got that to talk about, that to discuss. We've got the Avalanche and Nuggets both in action tonight. The Avs coming off the long Olympic break, and we'll do so with a new defenseman. Brett Kulak was acquired in a Samuel Girard trade, and I know for some of you Avalanche fans, this has been a day that you've been wishing for a long time, that Sammy Girard has just frustrated you, exasperated you, and you've wanted him moved on. To me, I've never been a huge Samuel Girard fan. The deal that he signed way back in 2020 was a ridiculous deal. 7 years, $35 million. I mean, that was at a time when $5 million a year in the NHL was a big number. And that has turned out to be a bad contract. But they were able to move it to Pittsburgh. They get in Kulak, a good, solid defenseman who isn't flashy, but he's not going to hurt you out there. The reason this move was made, this was the move to set up the next move. The reason this move was made and why the Avs had to overpay and throw in a second-round pick was because Girard's value around the league isn't that high, especially for what he's paid, and the Avs had to sweeten the pot to get Pittsburgh to make this deal because they wanted to make another bigger deal to go out and trade for a veteran-proven center to put in there as their third-line center. That what they've done to this point, the guys they've moved through there just aren't delivering what they feel they need to go out and win a cup. And in this urgent, some may say desperate window that the Avs find themselves in to go out and win another cup, you can't leave anything to chance. They got to use the money that they've acquired, and that's why they made this deal, Stoke, was to go out and create some more cap space and now start thinking about the names. I don't know, put your wish list together however you want to. Do you want a Nazem Kadri reunion? Do you want a Ryan O'Reilly reunion? Would you like to see Vincent Trocheck here or some other? But that's what this move was about. This was the move.
Do they have the capital?
This was the move to set up the next move.
Do they have the capital to go get one of those guys? I mean, I don't know what their draft situation looks like, draft pick, capital looks like. I mean, they've given up a lot of draft picks
Yep.
over the last couple years.
F
trading.
them picks.
I know, but what do they have available?
They still have a little bit left. Not much, but
okay. So, but it certainly gives them financial flexibility, right? Which is a good thing in a hard salary cap sport where you can't go over, the salary cap. So that gives them financial flexibility, which is a good thing. I don't know their draft capital, coming up, what they have to be able to go out there and make a big move. But I like it. I mean, it seems like it's a good move and frees them up some money. Is everyone playing tonight?
No, I think.
What's the situation there?
Yeah.
I mean, is everyone playing, coming back from the Olympics? Where are these guys
I
at?
think what Bednar was saying the other day was he was set to give all the Olympians, the U.S. and Brock Nelson and the 3 Canada guys, tonight off. Then back tomorrow. They play back to back.
You giving the Canadian guys off?
No, they
too?
don't. They
didn't win.
Losers.
They don't.
The Canadian guys.
No, it's just Brock.
Just Brock should get the
Just
day
Brock.
off.
He just sits on the bench with his gold medal.
The gold medal.
That's it. Just sits there.
And his new American flag suit.
That's it.
Just sits in the bench, and the rest of the guys you punish him.
And he has
You
his
guys have
Beanie
to-
Baby.
Yeah,
Beanie Baby.
right.
Gold medal. It just sits there and just watches. I
Yeah.
love it. Yes.
That's what he should. Exactly what he should do. Hey, I'm glad they moved Sammy Girard. I think he's such a tiny little dude, and you get into the playoffs, man. Like teams like Dallas just lean on us. Like I just think that you need more size back there. I think that's a good move. Sammy's a guy that drives you crazy, especially come playoff time. So I think that for the Avs is a addition by subtraction.
For what he's paid, he's been a massive underachiever. And so the fact that they were able to move him, get rid of his salary, and be able to create the cap space to go out and add a third line center, I think this is a good move. And it's not like they don't get anything in return. They get a solid defenseman. I mean, let's not. You're not getting Bobby Orr back there, okay? He's a good, solid defenseman. He's not going to make mistakes. He's reliable. He's not flashy, but I like.
Does he have
the move.
more size than Girard?
Oh,
Well,
yeah, he's
everybody
bigger.
has more size than Girard.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, he's bigger. He's a reliable player, and come playoff time, boy, there's a lot of value in having reliable defensemen to make the right play. But no, they're not done. This move is a precursor to something a lot bigger, and the trade deadline's coming up here in the next couple weeks. So,
all right,
get ready for that. Coming up next, why did Sean Payton decide now was the time to give up play calling? That's next.
Should upgrading the running back room be the top priority for Sean Payton this offseason?
This is not some Christian McCaffrey deal, but it's also not some bargain shopping. It's somewhere in between. You need to address this with a heavy hand. Breece Hall represents that. He's number one on my free agent big board.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Done right kitchens, baths, finished basements, windows, and doors. Brand new year? How about a brand new room or rooms? Hi, Dan Cicchini here. All new kitchen layout and a beautiful new look with a professionally designed total kitchen replacement or possibly a renew of that outdated kitchen with our own unique cabinet refacing and new countertops. Oh yeah. And Todd, what about those other special spaces?
Well, Dad, leaky, moldy, ugly bathrooms? Oh boy, not a space to feel good about. We can help with turnkey shower replacement and more if the entire room needs updated. And is your dingy basement just asking to become an awesome lower level? We'll handle it all start to finish.
All right, Todd. With great pricing options available and bank financing, our schedule's filling fast. Since 1985, kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. Done right. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Come see us at drhi.com. Thanks.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed, plus an extra $100 off all mattresses. And Saturday. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR, advancedhair.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again, so call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Utter nonsense.
This thing has gone totally off the rails.
Some Cajun seasoning.
Gris-gris? Lagna.
And the occasional anatomy lesson.
Yeah, we're tight.
Okay.
We're like tired of mouse nuts.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Rolling through this Wednesday morning. Hump Day. Glad to have you with us, whether it's on the just listening or contributing on the RamosLaw.com text line. 303-713-1043 on the Denver Sports YouTube channel. Subscribe and like. Get involved. Enjoy the show, but no taking still shots of Brandon Stokley in relaxed positions and then sending them to us with little circles around his neck area saying, where does the chin end and the neck begin? Not fair. We're not going to use this site.
Why do you keep bringing that
for
up?
fat? Well, I just want to establish some ground rules, okay? This is not out there for your pleasure to be used to fat shame Stoke.
You're not being nice. I know what
if
you're
you
doing.
continue to do this, you will lose your privileges, and it'll be taken away from you.
Yeah, Mike will send a strongly worded message back to you if you continue to fat shame Stoke.
Yes, will not be allowed.
Thank you for letting everyone
I'm just
know
looking
that,
out for
Mike.
you.
Appreciate it.
I did not like that photo earlier this morning.
I could tell you didn't like it.
I was very upset.
I would like to see how much I don't like it if you could bring it back up and show me. I would love to see that because I'm sure it's just going to really get my ire.
I'll tell you one thing. It's a reminder that, with us on the video now, we got to mind our P's and Q's here because it doesn't take much to be put into embarrassing, compromising situations here. So.
Thanks for setting that straight.
I just alerting people.
You always have my back.
We're on to you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
We're on to you. Okay?
We're
watching you,
we're the
watching
wolf
us.
pack. We don't put up with that.
Just because you're able to watch us doesn't mean we're not watching you.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay. So, guys, it's the question I think everybody, not only here, but around a lot of people around the NFL world are asking. Why? Why did Sean Payton decide after years of being the play caller, why did he decide now to give it up? Theories? Why now?
Well, because I think he realizes that he's lost his fastball. He doesn't see it the same like he used to. Things are slowed down. His order of operations isn't what it used to be. And I think it's I give him a lot of credit for looking in the mirror because that's not easy for a head coach. That's all he's done his whole career is call plays. And that's how he got the job. That's what he does. That's what he's great at. That's what's got him the job in the first place is how great of an offensive coordinator he is. So, but I think ultimately you get a little bit older. I mean, he told us that. He said it. Hey, look, when I was younger, I didn't worry about the negative stuff. He's writing on his play sheet to run the ball. I mean, come on. So I think he's just felt like he's lost his edge a little bit, and it's time for him to let someone else get a crack at it. And I think he sees himself in Davis Webb. I think he sees that young guy, the guy that's not going to fear things, the guy that's going to be aggressive and not worry about the consequences.
I think that's part of it. I think he sees the relationship between Davis Webb and Bo Nix, and he likes the way that relationship has grown and thinks that's probably the best thing to put a filter between him and his quarterback. I think the other thing is, let me ask you this. Do you think he changes the play calling duties if he kicks that field goal in the AFC Championship game and they go to the Super Bowl and they're up 10-0? Do you think you look at yourself and say, man, you know what? In hindsight, if Davis Webb was calling plays at that point, I got a little into myself about where we were as just the overall kind of 30,000-foot guy based on the game, based on that they had 12 plays and 12 yards as an offense. If I wasn't calling plays, I'd have probably kicked the field.
Yeah, but he had already made the comments before that game about how you get a little bit older, maybe you think twice before you drive in the rain type thing. So I think that was already on his mind. Now, did that maybe clinch it?
Right. I'm just saying. Do you look at yourself saying, "Hey, man, if I was at a 30,000-foot." kind of looking at this game overall as opposed to I'm going to go after the defensive coordinator. I'm going after Mike Vrabel. I'm going to end this thing right now. Yeah, I just wonder about how much that weighs on him.
I said that earlier. I think you're spot on. I said exactly that earlier.
Okay.
That I think that had something to do with it.
I agree. I think so too.
I think after that game, he looked at it and said, "You know what? I screwed up there. I was so wrapped up in calling the next play, being aggressive as an offensive coordinator, that I failed in my head coaching responsibility, my head coaching duties." And, so I do. I think that has something to do with it. I think him as a coordinator, you come up with plays, right, during the week, game plays, designed for certain situations. And I think he just got caught up in that moment of he always tells us that we had a play. We knew what they're going to play. Yeah. And he thought he had a play. And so he was being an offensive coordinator. He needed to be a head coach. So, yes, I do believe that had something to do with it.
I will say we were all sitting in Peyton Manning's box. Now, I don't know if you were part of this conversation because I know it was me.
I was a part of every conversation.
He may have been grazing at that point.
No. I was going to say,
that brisket was so good.
He was down there, taking in the elements in the front row at one point.
That was not a dry sweet.
Yes, you're right.
That was full of beverages. That was full of food.
That was full. Can you play it again?
What was that?
I like beer.
Yeah.
Food. When I say dry sweet, I don't just mean like alcohol. I'm talking about food too.
Yeah. Had it all. Had it all. But there was a point where you were down just testing the elements.
Okay.
See that and at that point, I don't know if you were down at the wall at that point, but we were all saying, just kick the field goal, kick the field goal. Peyton Manning goes, points. This is a playoff game. Points are premium. Kick it. And, of course, they go for it, and it doesn't work, and we're all up there, Shanahan, myself, Peyton, Stoke, unless he was down by the window taking in the elements. I don't know what point of the game that was.
Down there. It was just too cold. I wasn't down there for long.
No.
He's got a little cold.
You just tested it. You want to be man of the people. Man of the people.
By the time I think once it got cold, you were back up in the conversation. I just think it goes a little deeper than he thinks he's lost his fastball. Because do I think that if...
But that's part of it.
It's part, but do I think that if he had a established veteran quarterback right now, if he was coaching Matt Stafford, Joe Burrow, an established veteran quarterback, do I think that he would be looking to give up the play calling? Nope. But I do think that it's a little more nuanced than that. I think when we all wondered how Sean would do working with a young quarterback when they drafted Bo. It was a fair conversation that we had. Hey, all he's known forever was Drew Brees. And Drew Brees he got as already a veteran quarterback. How will he do developing a younger quarterback? And I believe we're seeing part of the challenge. I think Sean has struggled with adjusting to coaching a younger quarterback. It goes back to something he said during the season when he was asked about, Sean, use all these personnel packages. Why do you do that? And he's like, because I believe in it, because I've seen it work for me, because the people I talk to believe in it as well. And that, to me, is a coach who is used to operating a certain way and maybe struggling with the fact that his young quarterback isn't ready to do all the things that he could so effortlessly do with a guy like Drew Brees. And I think that this is an acknowledgement that he is struggling with coaching a young quarterback at this stage in his development right now, and he recognizes that in Davis Webb, that there might be a better fit there.
See, I think I disagree with you on the veteran quarterback. I think he's done. I think he's just ready to give it up. I think he's ready to let someone else do it and see how they view it. I think it's one of those things where the order of operations is just slowed down for him so much. Getting the play in, getting the personnel group in. He's got that big old menu, and he's got his glasses down low, and he's trying to read the play, trying to get the play in, and it's slow, and Bo's getting mad. They're having to use timeouts and I just think that has everything to do with this. And, yes, he does believe in Davis Webb also. So I think I do disagree with you there I think he was ready to turn it over, regardless of if it was a young quarterback or veteran quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know. I do agree with you on the order of operations from the standpoint, and a lot of that can be cleaned up and if you simplify it and you say, hey, man, we're going to stay in this personnel package for these 6 plays before we move, unless you get into a situation where you give up a sack and then all of a sudden it's 3rd down and long and you got to switch your personnel groupings up. But the bottom line to me is I think it comes down to a lot of those factors. All the things we said, I think there's a piece of everything. Hey, man, I love the relationship between Bo Nix and I love the relationship between Davis Webb, and I want to see that continue to grow, and I think that's best for our team. I look at myself and say, hey, man, I've got to be a little bit quicker getting the plays in. Give that to the younger guy. Let me have the 30,000-foot view, and let me be in charge of the entirety of the football team, like my mentor Bill Parcells was. And I think that's a big factor for him as you grow and as you mature to let those things happen.
Stoke, you just said something there that I want to explore more, because I think this, if you're right, what you just said, this leads to an even more fascinating conversation about Sean's endgame. And that's next.
During his best season as a pro, does Jamal Murray need to give his teammates a reality check?
Couldn't Jamal Murray sit down in that locker room and call guys out by name? You know, those sort of kind of conversations have to be had, and I don't think there's anybody better to do it than Jamal Murray because he was the problem and is now the solution.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out, but what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most, that finds and fixes any issue before you even notice them. It's like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. You get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices and no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices will be working with perfect harmony and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings. So even though your kids grow up and you still don't understand 6-7, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi, all with Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Select plans only.
Hello, Colorado. This is David Chemansky with U.S. Mortgages, the home of yes, you're approved. Have you wanted to purchase a home or refinance one and been told no due to high debt ratios, low credit scores, employment length, or any other options that most banks deny? Well, we've expanded our guidelines to allow no W-2s or tax return options. If you're finding it hard going a traditional route, you might just need an out-of-the-box lender. We can approve with bank statements only, asset depletion, DSCR, DTIs over 50%, and less than perfect credit is okay. Don't let fear or someone else's no stop you from saving money on a home you own or buying one. At U.S. Mortgages, we say yes. No upfront fees and no risk, and our number says it all. 303-LOW-RATE, that's 303-LOW-RATE, or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. Equal housing lender. License 392126.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. But I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
Stream Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Career advice.
That would suck. If only I knew somebody that could tell me what it's like to be fired from their job.
Oh, shoot. Holy cow.
Method acting.
I play the role of big dumb idiot really well.
And questionable job security.
Mike, do you like that question?
I do like that question.
Pretty soon we won't need you anymore, buddy. So don't get too comfortable.
Okay. It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
You know, there's so much to this Sean Payton deciding that Davis Webb is going to be the play caller. And I wonder if it is Sean preparing his exit strategy here with this move. Think about it. Davis Webb was in demand this offseason. So much so that the idea was, hey, if you're going to keep him, you got to let him call the plays, run the offense, because he's going to get that opportunity somewhere else. People like our James Palmer that we talked to say that the people he talks to around the league, that Davis Webb is a rising star. He's going to be a head coach in this league sooner rather than later. So if this goes according to plan, the Broncos have another, a 12-win plus season. The offense and Bo goes to another level, and the Broncos are right back in the mix for the AFC Championship game and Super Bowl. Webb's going to be gone next year. I mean, a year from now, we are dealing with Sean being back to square one when it comes to a play caller. Unless it goes so well that Sean feels now's the time to get out, or now's the time to just move upstairs and become, president of football operations and just chill. But you'd be facing real pressure. I mean, if Davis Webb delivers as promised or as hyped that he will, come on now. A year from now, do you think the Walton Penner Group wants to lose? Do you think Bo Nix, who you're just probably going to sign to a massive contract, do you think they want to lose Davis Webb at that point?
That's fascinating.
So what? Because this is a year, folks. A year from now, this thing is going to go in a different direction.
Let me ask you this. Do they win the Super Bowl next year? What's Sean's goal? To be the first coach ever to win a Super Bowl in the NFC and in the AFC.
Mm-hmm. He might decide now's the time to.
So if they win a Super Bowl next year, then maybe that's on the table.
Okay. What if they don't?
I don't think that's on. I don't think Sean is walking away from coaching. But again, I didn't think he was going to turn over play calling, or at least let us know what he was going to do.
Yeah, I think this is much different, though, Mark. I don't think he's walking away either.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they win a Super Bowl, I don't think he's walking away. I don't.
Then what do you do a year from now?
But
because Webb's gone then.
Well, no, I understand. I mean, you're kind of referring to, like, do you force him out, or do you just like if you're Penner, Greg, and the ownership group, do you force him out and to replace him with Davis Webb?
If he is that successful this year,
I don't see
and
that.
More importantly, if he's got Bo's endorsement, because Bo is already the most important person in this organization right now. Would you agree?
Yeah, your quarterback?
Yes.
Sure.
A year from now, if this thing goes the way we hope, he's going to be even more important. And he's going to have the contract behind him, or impending contract behind him, to make him even more important. Josh Allen was part of the interviewing process for coaching candidates in Buffalo to replace Sean McDermott. He was part of it. So that speaks to his power. Bo, if this thing goes the way we hope, Bo's going to have that kind of power. What if Bo says, I don't want Davis Webb to go anywhere? Then what do you do?
I mean, that's very fascinating. Again, I mean, that's interesting to think that. Hey, sometimes you lose your coordinator. I just say, hey, sorry. I don't know. I mean, like, do you see Bo as the type of guy to go and say, you need to fire Sean Payton, I want to keep Davis Webb? I don't see that happening. Now, I'm
not saying he's going to say that, but he's going to say, I could easily see him saying, I'm very, very comfortable and happy working with Davis Webb.
Well, guess what? You might have to get happy working with someone else.
And if he's not a head coach here, he's going to be a head coach somewhere else. I want it to be here.
Yeah, well, I think then you have, your Greg Penner saying, well, sorry, pal.
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to write you a check, though, for, here's your $100 million signing bonus or whatever. So are you okay with that? But Sean Payton's our coach, right? And that's just the way it's going to be. I don't see Sean going anywhere. I think this situation helps them out even more to just take a back seat when it comes to the grind of calling plays and just be the CEO, be the head coach. And so I think that's what he's doing here. I think that's gonna make him want to coach longer.
What would make me think that Greg Penner is all of a sudden going to be Woody Johnson? It's not your place. Yeah, you've got a voice. Yeah, you're important, but it's not your place. And ultimately, like, one thing about this organization, the ownership of this organization, and we have waxed poetic about how good they have been. Like, the first thing you want to ruin your organization, start meddling in places where you don't know, you don't have the expertise. You hired a head coach that is an expert in building a program. Now all of a sudden, I'm not going to let one of my players,
even if it's the most important player in your organization.
100%.
I think you're being naive to the way things
they're
work
absolutely,
in today's NFL.
No. Well, yeah, it works that way with about 22 teams that have no chance at winning a championship. In Cincinnati, you're 100% correct. In the New York Jets, you're 100% correct. The Cleveland Browns, amen. You're 100% correct. Not here.
But you're making it sound like giving Bo Nix a voice or giving Bo Nix, under this scenario we're talking about a year from now, giving him a voice of influence is a bad thing. Why would that be a bad thing?
Giving him a voice of influence and letting me choose his coach? No. As an organization.
No, but I'm saying let him let his opinion be heard and let it carry the requisite amount of weight that it should carry, and then you can still make your decision. But to say that a year from now under this scenario that his opinion doesn't matter,
Dude,
I don't think you're wise to the ways of the NFL world these days.
I am wise to the ways of the NFL world. I'm wise to the ways of winning.
Oh, you're on
what it takes to winning.
Aren't you a broadcaster?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's why.
And you do cover the NFC South, so you're not around a lot of winning.
Well, I was around a lot of winning when I was playing.
Yeah.
I just know how.
But in a different NFL.
No, but
where the quarterbacks didn't.
Listen, just because you give
Not
your
a different
quarterback
NFL.
some power.
Peyton Manning was in the NFL when I was in the NFL playing.
Just because you give your quarterback some power, like you advice, and you want to listen to him, which is the right thing to do. I mean, that guy, it's important. I mean, that's the most important position in sports. So that's the right thing to do, I think, in these situations. But like, I'll listen to you. But you're not hiring the coach, buddy. That's not going to happen, right? I mean, that's the worst thing you can do as an owner is let your quarterback hire your head coach. This is when you step up and say, okay, I'll listen to you, and we'll have some back. But this is what we're going to do
But
here.
if you're a
because guess
quarterback-
what? I'm the owner here.
I get that,
and you'll
but-
be fine.
I get that, but you can say all that. But if my quarterback, who's just made the leap in year 3, and we've either paid him or are prepared to pay him, if he's got a strong opinion about a guy that we may be set to lose, you got to listen to that. And it's got to play a huge
So how
part
would you
of
do
your...
it? How would you do it? What would you do, Mike? So you would tell Sean Payton, you're done. We're going to fire him? Or you're going to, hey, we'll put you in a consultant role? I mean, what are you going to do?
I got to see... Well, the other thing to consider that this will be Sean's 4th year. Barring a contract extension this season, he'd be going into, I assume, would be his last year of his contract,
2027.
correct? So
last year.
that
So he's got 2 years
that
left.
gives you a certain amount of freedom if you have the kind of success that we're talking about under this scenario to make that kind of move. Yes.
Wow. What are you going to do? You going to fire him?
I
Would you
gotta
fire him next year and promote Davis Webb to your head coach?
I got to see what it looks like, but if it
looks good, and he looks
if you're telling me that by the end of this season, this is a top 5 scoring offense in the NFL, and it is clear that Bo Nix has made the leap to elite quarterback stardom, and you go out and win a Super Bowl, and
no, you don't win a Super Bowl. Let's say you don't win a Super Bowl, but all the other stuff happens. You don't win a Super Bowl though. But you have a great year, and Davis Webb looks like he's going to be a head coach somewhere. What do you do?
I think you got to think long and hard about saying, Sean, thank you very much. You turned this thing around. We'll make you the president of football operations, but we're staying with this guy.
That's interesting.
The purpose of this conversation is to underline the fact this is a 1-year fascinating experiment we're getting ready to watch. It's 1 year. It's got a 1-year expiration date on this thing. This time next year, things are going to be very, very different.
Might not even be a year.
I never
Maybe.
thought I would come in here today and hear Mike Evans lobbying for the firing of Sean Payton.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you understand, but you do understand this is a 1-year situation we're talking about here, right?
I just understand that part of your legacy as a coach is develop other coaches, develop your coaches underneath you, and those guys go out and have success. Why should Mike Shanahan be in the Hall of Fame? Because of all the guys he developed and all the guys who went on to have great success.
I'm just telling you, if he has that, if they have that kind of success a year from now, I don't think it's like, hey, thank you very much. We groomed you. You're awesome. Go fly the nest and do your own thing. I don't think it's as simple as that. What do you think? Let us know. That's next.
Do the Broncos need a major reset at tight end this offseason?
Give me a break on this tight end room. Seriously, get this tight end room fixed. It's time to upgrade it. We put it on the back burner long enough. Eventually, you got to upgrade this thing, and this is the offseason to do it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my buddy Troy Hansford. If you're thinking about selling your house, now's the time to do it, man. This has gone from one of the hottest markets it's ever been to prices declining, and people just haven't seen something like this in over a decade. But if you're thinking about selling your house, Troy Hansford is the guy to talk to, guys. He can sell your house, get top dollar. Believe it or not, he's still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it? Well, if you can't sell your house at the price you agree upon, plus the timeline you agree upon, he's going to cut you a check for $5,000. Come on, who else makes that offer? The answer is nobody. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy. So if you have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him at 720-900-4433. Hey guys, you want to sell your house? He can buy your house all cash as well and close in as little as 7 days. So call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. Again, 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then pick up the phone and call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Dan Jacobs of 303 Law 4040 and Jacobs Law with another cool story to share. James called 303 Law 4040, and he's like a lot of our clients, not looking to get rich, but he just didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of medical bills. So we met with James like we do all of our 303 Law 4040 clients in person, and it's a good thing we did because we noticed James did not look so good. We sent him to the hospital to get checked out, and they did wind up admitting him. In the end, we got him feeling better and $125,000. He was over the moon. He came into the office to pick up his check and rang that victory bell. And the really cool part is James surprised us with a check of his own, a donation so we could keep the best free meal in Denver coming each and every first and third Thursday. If you've been injured, you may be like James, not looking to get rich, but not sure what to do. That's why we're here to help. Just give us a call at 303-LAW-4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303-LAW-4040.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Unbreakable courage.
Stoke didn't have the heart, the guts to tell his wife, so he asked us to tell her.
Plumbing problems.
Just leave it a quick note. Hey, John, sorry, plugged your toilet. Love stink.
And questionable ethics.
I should have known those were Mark's talking points and not yours. You're regurgitating Mark's talking points. That's what you did. And you didn't do it very well.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark
They're better when the Raiders are good. Mark agrees with me. Mike, normally I think you are pretty smart, but not with this theory. Firing Payton just to keep Webb? Come on, man. That's so Bush League. We aren't Bush League like that. Well, let's just – this is what we can do here in this show, in this forum. We can look ahead. We can speculate. I'm telling you, Sean Payton has given Davis Webb an unbelievable endorsement in doing something he's never done in his career and turning over his offense to – not only turning over his offense to somebody else, but turning over his offense to somebody who's never done this before, has never called plays. This is an unbelievable endorsement. Let's say it works. Let's say it really works and Bo becomes clearly a top 5 quarterback. By the way, Bo is not that far off from being a top 5 quarterback. You do realize that when it came to passing yards this season, Bo was 8th in the league. 8th in the league in passing yards. He was tied for 9th in touchdown passes this year. The only guys to throw 30 or more touchdown passes this year, if he throws 30 touchdown passes next year, he threw 25 this year. If he throws 30 this year, that would have put him in the top 4 in the NFL this year. So he's not that far off.
Where's his completion percentage? Do you have that on your
That is lower.
on your kitchen counter?
That's lower in the rankings, yes.
Okay. You did some kitchen counter work.
But if you're
yesterday.
talking about
I can see that.
If you're talking about yards and you're talking about touchdowns, he was right on the cusp of being a top 5 quarterback.
I think this show has gotten a little bit. I mean, feels like there's a little bit of like fisticuffs going on right now. Like we need a little kumbaya.
No.
Like,
Here's what just under
some tension here.
Under this scenario that we're talking about. If Sean Payton shows his faith in Davis Webb and the faith is delivered, and this offense not only looks different and better to us, the numbers back it up, and this is another successful season, and the Broncos win a lot of games, and they go to the AFC Championship game or beyond, and Davis Webb, who already right now is considered a rising star, further backs it up by how he performs and Bo performs and this offense performs. You're telling me a year from now that Broncos ownership, Broncos fans, Bronco media, and most importantly, you think Bo Nix is going to be cool with the idea of, hey, thanks, that was an awesome year. Good luck in Tennessee or somewhere else.
Yes.
No.
Let me help you out here, man. Let me help you out, Mike. Look, if I'm a good player, I'm a good player. I'm going to make plays. That's what I'm going to do. I don't care if I'm with the Colts or the Broncos or the Seahawks. I don't care who my coach is. I'm going to make plays, okay? So if Bo is that great, he's going to be great with someone else. Patrick Mahomes had, different quote-unquote coordinators. I mean, Peyton Manning had different offensive coordinators and different coaches and all these different things. He was great. So if Bo is really great and that dude, if he is that dude, he'll be that dude with the Declan. Who's the quarterback coach now?
Logan Kilgore.
He'll be that dude
or Ronald Curry.
He'll be that dude when Ronald Curry or Kilgore or the offensive coordinator. It won't matter. He'll still be that dude.
You look at where he is right now, Bo Nix, and where Davis Webb is right now. So Davis Webb has a good year calling plays, and he's covered around the league, and he gets a head coaching opportunity. He's going to be, 32 years old?
Mm-hmm.
32 years old. Like, and who's to say that he doesn't become Norv Turner? Great play caller, not a great head coach. Who's to say he doesn't become Wade Phillips? Great play caller, not a great head. There's plenty. Who's to say he doesn't become Josh McDaniels? Josh McDaniels, oh my God, he was a great play caller, great this.
Hey, Mark, guess what? And we're gonna fire Sean Payton to hire the guy too. Yeah, that's good job. Good call, Mike. Yeah, we're gonna get the next Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, and you know what the conversation's going to be like under this scenario. Great, you're going to let the next Sean McVay go. That's what it's going to be. Yeah, I know I'm creating a scenario that right now seems far-fetched. But if you think logically about it, and if this offense and Bo is as successful as we hope it's going to be with this change, to just casually sit here right now and say a year from now, none of that stuff's going to be in play. I just think you're being naive. I don't think you're looking at how this is likely going to be dissected. You're going to if this is successful, you think Bronco country, you think maybe even the people over there at Bronco Park, powered by Common Spirit, are just casually going to say, yep, hey, you were awesome. You delivered exactly as we hoped you will. You're in huge demand around the league. Bo loves you. The other offensive players love you. But we're just going to let you go, and we're going to turn this over to Ronald Curry. Come on now.
Well,
come on.
No, you're right. I mean, it will be a huge topic of conversation. I mean, we will be talking about it, and hopefully that happens because hopefully they have a lot of success.
And by the way, this is 1 year. This will be 1 year after you today saying, "Hey, I think Sean admitted he's lost his fastball." So a year from now, he's going to have found his fastball?
No, he's going to hire someone else to run the offense again. So
His
and be the head,
offense again.
and be the head coach. I just don't see the scenario where Greg Penner makes that type of move. I don't see him making that type of splashy move. That's not who. It doesn't seem that's the way that he operates. It never has been.
Right. I don't see that either. The other thing I keep seeing is this push to be more like your mentor. And what did Sean tell us about Bill Parcells when he gets the weekly call from Bill Parcells? He feels like he's 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And to say, who's to say that Bill Parcells says, hey, at some point, you know what you need to do? You need to be the CEO of your football team. And you need to delegate some of that responsibility and take it off your plate. And all those things. And if I'm Greg Penner or if I'm, part of the ownership, I'm looking at what you've done. You've come here. You went out there and you made that move. You've come here and taken a football team that has been irrelevant for a decade, and in 2 short years, turned over the roster, got the right players there, and was the number 1 seed in the AFC, and would have been the AFC representative had your quarterback not got injured in the divisional game. I don't take that for granted. All the things that he has done behind the scenes as a head coach, not as a play caller. So I look at that scenario that you're bringing up and think that it's far-fetched. I just don't think there's any way they would look at that and go, wow, Davis Webb, he really called great plays. He's going to be our next head coach. Sean, sit down. That's not going to happen. That's crazy talk.
Could you see Sean taking a step back and saying, you know what? It was fun. It was great. I'm going to go into, president of whatever, football operations or whatever the case may be, whatever consultant type of role, and get paid a lot of money. And it's kind of like, okay, here, this is my legacy now is this guy, Davis Webb. Great year, and I'm just ready to take a step back and turn this thing over. Could you see that happening, Mark? I'm not predicting it. I don't think you will either.
I don't think that's going to happen, and I think his drive, he's got an incredible drive, incredible work ethic, and I think now ask me again next year if they win the Super Bowl. Do I think that that's a possibility? Because then he's accomplished that legacy goal that nobody in the history of the National Football League has been able to accomplish. Then we're having a different conversation.
Okay.
Yeah,
just remember this conversation.
I'm not saying you're
remember
it's
this
far-fetched.
conversation if things go as well as we hope it will go next season.
It's not going to happen, though. Davis Webb taking over is not going to – I don't see that happening. So hopefully it is a conversation because that means the Broncos had a lot of success and Davis Webb had a lot of success.
Mm-hmm.
I see the scenario that could happen of Davis Webb being done play calling after 6 weeks rather than Davis Webb being the head coach in 2027.
Okay. And by the way, before you just immediately discount the idea of the Walton Penner Group sort of forcing Sean's hand, I do want to get your response to what one of our own has been suggesting that's gone on behind the scenes with this story. That's next.
Will the Avalanche stars experience an Olympic hangover after an emotional gold medal game?
Just to think you go 2 weeks like that and you battle the way they battled and you lost lost the way that they lost a game that you were better? How do you just get over it that quick? I don't know, man. I am concerned about a hangover here from some of these guys, especially the Canadians.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Cutarelli Vision. Here's my story. I wore glasses growing up for a long time, and then when I hit my 30s playing for the Broncos, I ended up having LASIK surgery, but when I hit my mid-50s, I needed those readers for everything I did, whether it was going to restaurants trying to read menus, whether it was reading statistics, studying film, I needed those reading glasses. Well, I decided to go see Dr. Cutarelli at Cutarelli Vision for a refractive lens exchange, and I can tell you firsthand, total game changer, and you can join Dr. Cutarelli for his live webinar today at noon. Learn more about refractive lens exchange from Cutarelli Vision. This free webinar is the perfect opportunity to meet Dr. Cutarelli and have him answer all your questions like, is RLE for me? Am I a good candidate? What's the recovery time? What's the cost? Is there financing? Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures, and he can tell you when it's time for you. Make sure you join that live webinar today at noon. Register at coloradorle.com. That's coloradorle.com.
One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. What a deal. Your new morning groove. Iced coffee from McDonald's, any size for just $1 until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
President's Day means all 2025s need to go at Siltahar Motors. This month, get up to $10,000 off or 0% financing for 72 months on all remaining 2025 Ford F-150s. Search all available 2025 inventory and pricing at sthmotors.com and get an instant quote for top value for your trade-in. Siltahar Motors is Colorado's most trusted dealer for over 66 years. No cutting corners, no corporate games, just real deals from real people. $10,000 off your next F-150 at Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you, gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Time's running out. Mattress Firm's President's Day sale ends soon. Let their sleep experts help find the perfect bed for you. They make sleep easy.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 104.3 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Online shopping.
I have great friends. Are these paid friends?
Like my wife?
Yes.
Are they mail order friends?
Survival instincts.
I would be the easiest man in the world to kidnap. All you gotta do is have a sign that says Schlereth and I'm getting in.
In a little bit of gore.
I got attacked.
You got attacked?
Yeah, I thought I was going to have to get my finger or hand amputated. I mean, it was just gushing blood. Gushing.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
By the way, just wellness check. How's Cujo doing over there at the Stokley house?
Terrible. Threw up on the bed. On the bedspread the other night. Yeah, so that's not good. And this morning, I was up and I got home last night and I'm trying to be quiet. Wife's sleeping, right? And so I go in the bathroom, close the doors, and then next thing I know, like I'm showering and stuff. Next thing I know, I'm like, I know the door's open, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I look in my closet is Cody in my closet, just like in there. And like he's got his base and he's got his back turned to me and he's like chewing on my golf shorts, right? And I'm like, So I'm like, I don't know what I want this dog out. First of all, he's going to wake up my wife, and she's going to be ticked off. So I need him back outside and to get into bed and go to bed. But then he's chewing on my. So I'm like, I have my towel, and so I'm like using the towel in case he tries to attack me and he starts. He growls, and I'm like, Cody, out. Terrible. Woke up this morning, and Lana's got to follow him around in the morning. Now, at what time did I leave? 5 o'clock in the morning. She's out because he's walking out there and he wants to go pee inside. So she had to leash him up this morning. I'm like, what are you doing? I got to leash him up so he's going to come back to bed with me. So he's doing terrible, Mark.
Ugh.
Still love him, but he's terrible.
Your dog is just totally running the house.
Dude,
Yes.
you have to go with the towel because if you go down there to grab the shorts from him, you're gonna come back with one less finger.
Exactly. That's why I had the
Or
towel.
his precious golf shorts are going to be just destroyed.
Exactly. I haven't looked at those yet to see if he did gnaw through them or something. So
You probably only have so many golf shorts that fit you right now. So
thanks for bringing that up. That is true though. That is
true.
hey, that's the truth.
That's the truth.
You got the pre and post.
Right.
The short. You got two different.
I will
wardrobes.
be doing some golf shorts shopping here soon.
Yeah, I put on a dress shirt the other day, and around the jubblies, the buttons were kind of really being maxed out. I was like, this is one of my 245 dress shirts.
Is that
different sections in your
closet?
closet?
Is that a game day? Is that a game day shirt? Or is that a game day shirt like 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was
not this year's game.
Yeah, not this year's game day wardrobe.
I got you.
I'm going back to that though.
I got you. Judging by the reaction I'm getting on the RamosLaw.com text line and our Denver Sports YouTube channel, I think it's appropriate that I just happen to look up and catch and make eye contact with the Mike Evans big board of BS lies and other nonsense about the claim, which is true, that I stayed in Albert Einstein's bedroom last summer at a hotel. And I now know right now what Albert Einstein must have felt like when his genius at the time was not recognized. And the things that he said that were viewed as being revolutionary or
the Albert Einstein of Denver radio.
That's
comparing himself to Albert Einstein.
I am comparing myself because clearly you guys are just I got this one. Evans, I just want to know what cannabis shop you stopped by this morning because you're crazy.
Yeah.
He was high.
Okay, I'm laying out a scenario that I think is absolutely in play, that Sean Payton has given his endorsement to Davis Webb. If Davis Webb goes out and has a great year and this offense has a great year, and we already know he's destined to be a head coach. That's what the league is telling us right now. What do you think it would be a year from now if he has the kind of success that we're talking about under this scenario? You really think that Broncos country and Broncos ownership and Bo Nix are just going to be like, hey, this was awesome. What a dream run. Good luck coaching somewhere else. And we'll make way for Sean to anoint Logan Kilgore as our new offensive guy. You think Broncos country is just going to willingly sign up for that? No way.
I think
no way.
That doesn't have anything to do with Broncos country. It has to do with the ownership. Broncos country doesn't matter when it comes to making a decision within your organization. Now, what'll happen is you will say, "Hey, man, if you get this opportunity, that's great, but think about where you're going, because there are certain places in this league that you go to, you cannot win, no matter what you do. So here's what we'll do: we're gonna bump up your salary by a couple $1,000,000, right? Like the Chip Kelly type of deal." We're going to make you the assistant head coach / offensive coordinator. And you know what? Bypass that garbage organization and spend another year here, another year here. And then at that point, we'll decide. We'll make a decision. But again, Ben Johnson, a couple of years in a row, turned down head coaching opportunities because he knew he couldn't win at those places until he got the opportunity to go to Chicago.
And if he leaves, he leaves. That's just part of it.
And
as
that's
an ownership
scenario.
group,
That's the scenario we're discussing.
Right.
Are you going to let him leave?
Yes.
I don't think they would.
Then you promote the next guy. If this offense is that good and these players are that good, you know what happens? Then You keep on playing at a high level. Look at Detroit. Should they have fired Dan Campbell and hired Ben Johnson?
The way it looks right now?
I mean, that's this type of move. This is kind of the move that you're talking about.
And that's why, if this scenario plays out, you will be armed with what's going on in Detroit and be able to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't make the mistake that it looks like Detroit has made. I'm just saying, to just dismiss what I'm saying out of hand is I just don't think that.
I think great players.
You're understanding what the mentality is going to be like, the thinking is going to be like a year from now, if this thing is an unqualified success.
Do you think John Elway or Peyton Manning, I mean, they had success regardless who was calling plays, correct? Because they were great players. And they're going to have a voice.
John didn't win until late when Shanahan got here.
John drug teams that were garbage to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
what do you mean
win.
he didn't win?
He didn't win. He didn't win Super Bowls. He didn't win until Mark Schlereth got here, along with Mike Shanahan.
He won games and took teams to the World Championship and got beat by a lot better teams.
So now you're saying Bo Nix is John Elway.
No, he's saying he still won.
What are you doing,
What are you
Evan?
doing?
That's what I'm taking. That's what I'm taking. Or Bo Nix is
Come on.
Peyton Manning.
Come on.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
But if he's a great player, if he ends up being a great player, like a really good player, he'll be a good player in any system.
Yes.
Any coach calling the plays.
Okay. The what lends, I think, a little bit of credence to this. Did you hear Zach and Phil yesterday talking? Phil believes that Greg Penner was a big part of this decision. Even down to the idea that, and it's out there, the belief that Greg Penner told Sean to do this.
Listen. I think that Davis Webb needs another 4 or 5 years calling plays before he's ready to become a head coach.
Ooh, that was close.
Mark!
Good job. Good job.
Mark with the half court. Heave. As the clock's winding down, you did it. Oh, my gosh. You saved the day.
Good job. All right, so finish up your thought there.
Wow, that was his thought. No. Here we go.
Do you think Greg Penner was involved in this decision? Do you think Greg Penner told
my personal
Sean to do
opinion?
this?
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
No chance. None.
I don't think so either.
I just follow what we've seen and how Greg Penner has operated. He's not. You don't see him making those types of moves and those types of decisions when it comes to Sean Payton. I don't see that happening. Like, he hired Sean to be Sean, to run this ship and to be the captain of this ship on the football side of things. And Sean has done a great job. I don't see him, a few years in here and saying, I want Davis Webb to be the offensive coordinator. You're firing yourself. Like, that's not – if you go down that road, just fire Sean Payton then, right? If you're trying to make that type of move, I don't see that happening at all. No chance of it.
Completely agree. That's not Greg Penner's style. He hired a guy to be the CEO, head coach of his football team, and he has empowered that guy to do that. And we've seen that at every turn. Now all of a sudden you think they've gotten to a championship game. They went 14-3. They're the number 1 seed. Now all of a sudden you think Greg Penner is going to go, on second thought, all the things you've done to get us here, just not quite good enough. Let me take the reins. That's not happening. Okay?
No chance.
Zero.
None. I mean, just think about it. Take a step back and look at it and think about it.
Phil, we'll give Phil a timeout.
Oh, you guys have been turned off. We got to get out of here. Sorry, I got to use that time to tell people about because I guarantee you, nobody's heard anybody read this promo yet. It's the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. The Superfan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040. A chance to go to Vegas. Pair of 2-night tickets to the event. Round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Las Vegas. 2 nights hotel stay and a $500 Visa gift card. For all of you who are hearing this for the first time ever, get signed up by going to DenverSports.com/superfan. Dover and Cecil coming up next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all